2, 1. Greetings and salutations, Zeldathon side quest. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a fine Sunday so far. That was a fantastic Ocarina of Time randomizing leading up to this, and now we are here for something drastically different. We have ourselves an entire cadre, if you will, of fantastic creatures, wonderful, horrific heists, and an entire convention dedicated to honey awaiting you for the next 3 hours here. Welcome again to Zeldathon Side Quest. My name is Shadow Temple. In a few moments, you're going to be playing a wonderful tabletop game called Honey Heist, featuring the characters and bears that you see on the screen right here. I'll be introducing them here in just a moment, but in the meantime, be sure to keep donating by going to donate.zeldathon.net. All the money that you donate goes 100% to Direct Relief. We don't touch a cent of it. We're just here to help collect it so that they can get that work out there into the world, doing things like providing PPE to places that need it. Working in 80 different countries to make sure that free clinics can be provided. Emergency disaster relief can be sent where it needs to go. All sorts of wonderful things that Direct Relief does, and you can check out more information about them at directrelief.org. Today's game will be featuring yours truly as the Dungeon Master, along with, of course, 6 other members of the Zeldathon team joining us as well. As you guys donate and make these donations throughout the game, you can actually affect the outcome and the various things that happen during, whether it be a nugget of advice randomly given to the players. It could be an item, one of 115 that Marissa and I came up with that you can select from. Or even an item of your own choosing, and $100 you can add yourself into the game if you'd like. Lots of different fun things that are out there. Why don't we go ahead, though, and introduce the rest of the crew and see how they're doing. Let's go ahead and bring those folks in just as soon as XSplit wants to kind of trudge its way over here. There we go. Almost all the names are popped in. Hello. How is everybody? Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sweet. Yeah, sorry if you got it. So my players may not always necessarily hear me because my mouse is on its last legs and I use the middle wheel for some reason as my push to talk, but it should last well enough to actually get through this, hopefully. So yeah, here are our fantastic bears and one skunk that will be participating in our Honey Heist today. If you want to go ahead and just say hello and, maybe something fun about yourself before we get started into the game proper, starting with Kane Moogle on the top, and then we'll work our way to the left if you'd be so kind.
All right. Introducing the characters.
You just yourself for now, and then we'll get into the characters in just a moment.
Kane Moogle, as you said. This is my 3rd Zeldathon I've participated in.
Nice.
And glad to actually be actively participating in a segment.
There we go. Yeah, this will be my first one this marathon as well, so I'm very excited for it. How about you, Inkabor?
Hi, I'm Inkabor, and
sorry.
This is it's almost midnight for me, so get ready for some midnight shenanigans. And please enjoy the bee hood and my full bucket of honey. Let me show that off real quick.
Yeah, for the record, Inke is actually knows about beekeeping and things, and I'm going to pretend like I know a lot about beekeeping throughout this, and so feel free to call me out. I will not listen, but I will. You are absolutely free to do so. All right, who's next?
I'm Hipster Harbinger. I do dumb things on stream for money.
Yeah, same.
Or for donations. to be clear.
To be clear, yeah, we're not money not for us, money for a good cause, obviously, for sure.
I mean, to be fair, Shadow, you also do dumb things on stream for money for yourself.
Oh yeah, that is definitely something that I do. Today, though, for charity. Tomorrow, also still for charity, but eventually then back for me. How about TV?
Hi, I'm TV for Good. You may have caught me the other night when we my team caught our Minecraft win in Race for the Wool. That was a good time. It's good to be back here on Side Quest. and I'm looking forward to playing some Honey Heist with Shadow and everybody else here.
Very nice. Basunify.
Hi, I'm Basunify. You might have saw us downstairs in our kitchen last night. I play bassoon for people, and sometimes for myself.
For Fi.
Depending. And last but certainly not least, hey, Clinkit.
Hello, I'm Clinkit, and I like cooking and I like charity more than I like sleep. And yeah.
Especially this past weekend. I'm sure it's between you and Basunify has been a lot of running around. The cooking was really fun yesterday? Yesterday.
I think it was yesterday. Oh, it's a blur.
What is time in 2020?
I know, unfortunately. But yeah, well, welcome everybody. This is also a quick test to make sure audio sounds good for you guys back at home. So if anybody was too quiet or too loud, let me know. With that, I think we're pretty much ready to go. So I'm going to kind of set the scene here, and then we'll roll in from there. See, I pick a different song. There we go. All right. So, welcome once again to our Honey Heist. The year is 2018, mostly because you can go to conventions in 2018. It is the morning of, about noon on the last day of HoneyCon 2018. A convention located in the North Woods of Huntington, North Carolina. Just on the outskirts of the Smoky Forest, where people from all around
Shadow,
the world...
1 second. We suddenly lost all audio. I'm just making sure that it's not just us. You know, switch to headphones just in case. Or is it you guys too?
No, yeah.
I wasn't hearing it.
Hearing, yeah.
You guys good?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
We're good.
Cool. I'm gonna hold down this button as hard as I can and hope that you guys still hear me by the end. Yeah. So you find yourselves in the Smoky Forest, just north of the convention center. Having heard about this convention going on for literally decades before, but not really paying much heed to it. You know, that's people stuff. You're bears and also maybe a skunk, and you don't really think too much of it until throughout the course of the past couple weeks, you've been each contacted by a rather ragged, thin-looking grizzly, which is surprising for grizzlies because usually they're pretty big creatures. This thing's kind of scrawny and is missing an arm. Named Harold, who has tried to gather your interest and try to convince you to join in something never really tried before. He's heard about something that really big happening at this particular convention, and he wants all of you in. You know very little about it other than the fact that there is untold riches awaiting you if you join in for this. So, with that, let's go ahead and get ourselves actually into the game. Give it just 1 second. XSplit's trying to chew through, and there we go. Okay, so Harold has told you to gather at midday in the center of the Smoky Forest. Just a little bit away or ways away from the local campground nearby the convention center. In front of you, as you kind of circle around Harold, is a log with a single kind of beaten up convention map strewn out on the table along with a few other notes and bits and pieces. Mostly just scribbles because bears can't write. But the bear tried. He really tried his best, and at least he understands what he wrote down. And so, as you kind of gather around, Harold starts to kind of grouch himself up back on or towards the stump, and he's like,
"Yep. So, hey guys, welcome to the heist of the century. Hope you're ready to really get things engaged."
Oh, geez.
That's a donation coming in.
Oh. Gotta start the movie off right.
Sorry, I got into the exposition a little before the start of the credits started. Anyway, welcome to the heist of the century. For those of you who don't remember, my name's Harold. I've been watching these here conventions for years. Welcome. Hi. Is everybody here? We got I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's our city? Oh, down there. Sorry. A little stinky, was it? Sorry. Didn't see you there.
Yes, Stinky. Don't you think I can't be like a bear? But I love honey. I have my own stash.
I see that. Wait, that's just straight honeycomb. Are you gonna? Oh, okay. All right. She's just going to town on some honeycombs. All right.
Oh man, I love honey.
Well, that's guess you're in on this, sure. Great. Well, welcome to all 6 of you. Again, Harold, I decided to bring you together in case you forgot. Our plan is to try and dig into this convention center for one big prize. Now, there's, of course, plenty of high-quality honey throughout all this space, and by all means, if you want to take some, no one's going to stop you except the police. The police and all the humans and every convention goer in there is going to try to stop you from taking the honey. But no one else is going to stop you from taking any extra honey. But that's not the point. The point that we're trying to go in for.
And he points directly towards this, towards the area on the north side of the map there, towards kind of the where it says authorized personnel only.
Somewhere hereabouts, and that's as far as I know, there is a briefcase. And that briefcase contains some of the most delectable honey you ever heard of. Pure Manuka extract. About a gallon's worth. I've been hearing people say something along the lines of it costs $5 million for the average human to try to pick it up. For you and me, of course, it's just going to be a delectable snack. That particular bit of honey, though,
And he kind of looks around a little uneasily.
I heard that one lick of that Manuka, and it'll send you flying. I mean, literally flying for days. It's the most powerful substance known to man or bear or skunk, no offense. And so we're going to be working together to try to get this thing gone. Are there any questions before we go ahead and get started? You know, I just realized that I know all of you, of course, but none of you know each other. Why don't you go ahead and maybe say something about yourself? You the squat one with the trilby, I think. What's your name?
Yes. Are you referring to me?
Yes, yes, my Russian friend. Yeah.
Welcome, friend. My name is Boris. I hail from honey mine of Siberia, and I am ready to get one last big heist. How you say? In to score the big one.
I can't believe you made it all the way over here, but welcome. I appreciate it. I don't know how I found you in this forest, but great. Happy to have you on board. Then the skunk here, Stinky, you're right. You already introduced yourself. What do you bring to the team?
My boss was a beekeeper, and he automized a lot of stuff. So he had a lot of stuff behind computers, and I can hack stuff. And I need my honey fix.
We will need some sort of technological knowledge, because you know what? Between you and me, I've never seen a computer in my life, but I've heard about them and they sound kind of scary. But I think there are a lot of them computers down in that convention center. We need someone who knows how to deal with those, whether it be hacking by pushing buttons or just hacking it in half. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, next. Hey, Panda fella, what are you here for?
Oh, you talking to me? My name's
I
Chip.
guess.
I come from the southern wood in southern China. I can be a bit forgetful at times, but I'll try my best. My usual snack of choice is bamboo, but lately honey's been tickling my fancy. When I received word about this honey.
Pure Manuka extract or honeycon. What do you
Honeycon, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. What was I saying again?
Thank you for your contribution. We're excited for you, and here we will make sure that you get all the honey you need. All right.
Oh, that's very gracious of you.
Hey, The other brown bear over there with the big hat next to Boris. Who are you?
Oh, you talk to me?
Yeah.
I'm Natalia. I also hail from Siberia. How much you say is this honey worth again?
About $5 million US dollar.
How much is that in Russian rubles?
A lot more,
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think. Anyway, but yeah, welcome to the team. You two are gonna make a great pair. Let's
y'all
see.
trying to...
We always good pair. We always good pair.
Natalia, you embarrass me.
Oh, Boris.
Maybe
trying to make
Stinky
a-
can look it up on Bear Go. The conversion rate.
Hey,
Work
y'all
on
trying
it,
to make a
Sticky Force.
profit on this honey? I'm just trying to get my snack on.
I mean, you can do whatever you want with the honey. For me, it's gonna be a good retirement, I think. All right. You just spoke up, one with the crowd. Who are you?
I'm King Andre from Kangaroo Island.
Hey,
We have a-
King Andre.
We have a king in our presence.
Yeah,
What are you the king of?
Kangaroo Island.
I guess that makes sense. What do you bring to the team? What are you gonna help us here?
I'm the brains. I'm the smartest one on Kangaroo Island. I'm the
Fair
only
enough.
one on Kangaroo Island, though, so that's why they made me king.
Wait, who? Never mind. But great. Glad to have you. We need more brains on this team. Besides myself, I think we'll be good for that. And then, for last but not least, certainly we got our a pirate fella. Who are you?
I be Captain Sunbeard.
And what do you
I
bring to
am-
the team?
I am, despite my size, a bit light-handed.
Oh,
Sticky-fingered, as you would say.
fantastic. Yeah, we'll definitely need some people who can steal a few things, whether it be key cards, keys, human heads, depending. Just make sure you keep your eyes peeled and grab whatever you can, all right?
So you've been around honey a lot, huh? Is Sticky fingered?
Aye. Many a year.
Classic bear pun. Anyway, well, welcome,
I
everybody.
don't get it. I don't get the pun.
Yeah, that one went over
you
my
see,
head, too.
when you get honey on your hand, you get like it doesn't matter. Anyway, so here's the game. You have, for the most part, it's going to be up to you to figure out how to get into this place. I give everybody a copy of this map just in case you need it. I also have and he kind of rummages around behind him, which is surprising because there's not really anything else around the kind of stump that everything's sitting on, and yet he somehow managed to lose the only thing he had. He pulls out actually 6 like burlap sacks. They don't seem to be very special, but they seem to have some very big significance to him. And he gingerly hands one to each of you. Now, given my age and missing a little bit of peace and whatnot, not going to be too much of a use out there in the field for you. So it's going to be up to you guys to do much of the work. I'm kind of the finder, the collector, the starter of all this. So here is my contribution to the team. Each of these bags I got off of a very angry witch in the forest. These bags seem to be really important. Sometimes just stuff comes out of them. Just a lot of stuff. And I bet you that stuff's going to come in handy. Probably. Maybe. It's definitely going to come in handy, absolutely. And so this is to clue in the viewer on this and how we're going to start kind of this to get things started. On the left side of the screen there, you see that there are various incentives that you as the viewer and the donor can give. Those various things can kind of play out as we go. The $10 thing we'll explain in just a moment, and I'll have Hipster kind of play that out as well. But the $30 and $50 donation options there will give you the opportunity to send an item to one of the bears. The $30 one is I'll be giving out an item from my list of 115 different random things that Marissa and I came up with earlier. It will be
pretty much anything you could possibly think of. It could be helpful, it could be hurtful, it could be completely and utterly useless, but it will be something that will be provided to these bears as they try to get through. $50, I will just go ahead and toss whatever item that you put in your donation name or your donation description, as long as it fits within the kind of general realm. Like, don't put a black hole in there, for example. That just ends the stream, and that's not good. But like, a model of a black hole is perfectly fine. For example, anything that could fit in about a 3 by 3 by 3 foot cube, you can send into the bags with a $50 donation. And at $100, we'll have ourselves. I'll throw in you as an NPC somewhere in the game at some point. That you'll have a very quick cameo, or you'll be a member of some larger group as they kind of collide with the various members of the people in there. So. Yeah. Speaking of which, we got ourselves a $235.30 donation from Triforce Drummer saying, Shadow, why'd you have to swear so much? I did a swear jar where I had to donate a lot, and some people decided to match. Triforce was one of them, and throw me into the game so I can be an NPC again. Absolutely will. Miss Manatee also donated $101.01, saying, I'd love to be an NPC. If there's a water feature at the convention, can I hang out in there, please? Or maybe I can sell fish at the food court. Can do. All right, so we got ourselves 2 NPCs in there. If you want to get yourself into the game, it would be recommended that you donate sooner rather than later, because otherwise, then there's a good chance that you won't get into the game. So, with that, I hand you, Harold hands you the sacks. He hands you a set of maps, and he goes,
All right, so if you take a look at the map real quick, you'll notice that the campground, the campground is just a little bit behind or below us, right?
I think I see it. Yeah, that right there.
Yeah, you can see it actually just through the trees there.
And if you take a look, you actually see a series of white canvas tents set up, looking actually kind of rather old-fashioned, with large, almost like someone freshly cut some trees down to get big enough branches to hold these tents up. They're not like modern like campground tents. These are pretty old school. A large amount of them set in almost like a platoon setup next to a haphazard batch of kind of just standard modern tents. And then then you see a road next to it, along with a crowd of people that are starting to line up as they try to converge towards this central building.
One thing you're probably going to want to do before you try to get yourself into that convention center and try to find that pure Manuka hen strap.
Hold on. And I'll read those donations in just a moment.
Yeah, across the street, you see that convention center there now. In case you haven't had a chance, people don't usually do well around bears. They usually think of us as terrifying or murderous or just a nuisance in trash. But for the most part, they'll leave you be. But if you try to get into one of their places, they will attack you, and that's not no good. No, same thing with skunks too. Sorry about that. So you're gonna have to figure out a way to get yourself in there without causing too much trouble. All right. I think that's about it. Got the sacks, got the maps, got the don't walk in as bears or you die. One other thing. The getaway. So we're not going to meet back here. It'll be too obvious. People think that immediately the bears will go back to the forest. So I have a getaway for you. Every day at approximately 5 p.m., there is a truck that pulls up in the back area, just outside where the gate to the authorized personnel space is. Right there is a guy named Chap. He's got a big 18-wheeler that is usually empty by the time he leaves. He'll pull up exactly at 4:45. That'll give you a 15-minute window. He always leaves the keys inside the car. 15-minute window to jump in and steal the truck and drive it away as far as he can. Chip, I figure that's where you can come in on that one. Do you think you can handle such a thing?
Yeah, I've taken a couple of those fancy schmancy automobiles before.
Now he does leave directly at 5, but he doesn't come out to the truck until then. So you have about a 15-minute window to try and escape, all right?
Wait, so we drive car? Car does not drive us.
I don't know what kind of loony-toony place you come from, but yes, here in the Smoky Forest, we do in fact drive cars.
Yeah, all I gotta do is put my foot down and like move the wheel kind of side to side in random fashion, you know?
Sounds
And it just works.
that sounds like more experience than I have. So
Yeah.
you got it under control. All right.
What is the most number of wheels that you've driven at the same time? Is 18 too much? Do we need to lose some wheels?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah?
I think the one that I had only had like 3.
3?
Well, that's something that you guys can work together on, and maybe you need to knock out a few of those wheels before you get driving.
4?
I think
Was it 4?
When it
Heck, I don't remember.
Chip, is that a chap family of yours?
No, my family's not from around here.
Nah, the chap just happens to be another driver. He happens to be how it works.
Is he bear too?
I mean, he's rather hairy, but no, I don't think he's a bear in the traditional sense.
All right, I get you.
All right, well I'm gonna sit right here, have fun, and I'm gonna actually start trudging towards the meet a place. Of course, just take the truck up until it runs out of gas. Just keep going that way,
All right.
and I'll find you. All right, and just make sure you leave leave a little piece for old Harold, and if anybody asks, I don't know you.
And he starts walking away.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for the bag again. It looks like it's made of good linen. Yes.
All right, sounds good. Anyway, I'll see you later.
And he walks off. Actually, speaking of the bag, as you start to dig in, thanks to Demon Fire donating $50, you actually, Boris, you actually look inside of yours, and there is about like 20 tiny like solar system models with like what I guess was an artist's rendition of black holes. They're made out of plastic. They probably each weigh about a pound. So you got about 20 pounds worth of black hole models currently in your bag.
Oh, you think we can take this home to Cosmonaut?
Yes, very true. I very think that the motherland will very much appreciate scientific endeavor. We experiment with them here, yes, first.
I don't know about any of that, but I want to get my hands on some honey.
Honey. Sorry.
Oh, and one more thing before I forget.
He kind of shouts out in the distance.
You got just about 2.5 hours before that truck leaves. You better get a move on.
And it just kind of echoes off into the forest.
All right.
Well, crew, what say we set sail?
What an eccentric performance.
I don't see river. How do we
Yeah.
set sail?
I don't think there's any water around here.
No, Natalia, my friend, I think it's just colloquial joke, yes?
Oh, I guess I don't
Aye.
get.
There's water everywhere.
I don't know what
There's
that-
water in you. There's water in me.
Very strange land you come from, this Kangaroo Island, as you say?
Yes, it's very hopping.
Yeah, yes, Kangaroo Island, yes.
I don't know what a kangaroo is either.
Very well. So perhaps we should take a look at this map, yes? Anyone know to read? How to read the map?
I cannot read this language.
I know lots of stuff because owner was Wiki, but he's dead now. That's done by bees.
You are very weird looking bear.
I think he said that wasn't a bear. I think he said Stinky's a skunk.
Watch out! You'll get stunk.
Very
Get
well.
drunk.
The beekeeper, B is letter in alphabet, as from I understand. Perhaps you read map for us, yes?
Yes.
And for the sake of expediency, I'll say that Stinky is able to relay to you as you ask for different questions about, oh, what's this? And what's this? What's this? What's this? That she's able to kind of relay to you everything on that map. And now you have a pretty general idea of what it all says.
Also, before we go forward more for the other incentive, Andre has another bag that he came with that you're not aware of, but as the brains, I had another idea. I have a fortune cookie website pulled up, and it's just a bag full of fortune cookies, and his advice is going to come from fortune cookies. So if you donate $10, I'll just get a random fortune and pass it along to people to try and tie into our current situation. So that's another thing that you can donate for. So, anyways, continue. All that out of character.
And one last thing I'll do real quick. Shadow Swears donated $176.90, saying MJ Evans here. According to Rihanna, Shadow Temple asked for the swears matches much earlier than planned. That's okay, MJ Evans. I did it at an opportune moment to make the cooking sabotage even worse. In the meantime, we'll work through it, all that. And then Trina's choice for player model. And I will put you in the game, absolutely, MJ Evans. And Tay Aldi with $103.46 saying heist that honey. So we got ourselves 4 different NPCs that are going to be introduced throughout the game as we go along. All right, with that, you guys know what's on the map. Feel free to plan out before you go or just charge in. It's up to you.
So I think before we go in, we need to get clothes for everyone or something to hide as humans. And with Stinky, I think we need some something to unstink her.
That might be a good idea.
Hey, and
How do you go about unstinking?
I've heard that there's something to remove odor, to de-odor someone. The humans have it. I don't get it.
I don't know what you talk about.
I've heard of this. It's a bottle of tiny ants. They're deodor ants. They rub them on themselves to get rid of the smell.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
King Andre, you actually take a moment and just kind of absentmindedly reach into your bag just to see if there's anything like these deodor ants crawling around. And there aren't, unfortunately, but what there are a pair of bear-sized silicone oven mitts that you now have in your possession, which I'm actually going to mark down on our inventory list to make sure that we keep track of these things as you want to or not want to use them. But there
give me
you go.
1 second.
Thank you, Trini, for the 50-30. Folks, in the meantime, by the way, we are raising money for direct relief. All these donations are going 100% to the cause. We aren't touching a cent of it, but we track it as it comes in so we can do silly things with our game here, which we're kind of about to really get underway here. Sorry for the slowest start, but we kind of had to introduce everything in order to make sure it works. There we go. We got some gloves.
My boy.
So, question. Is the parade currently going on, or are people just gathering to get ready for it?
So on the map you do see parade route. You don't see anything. You don't see you see kind of just standard traffic. There are some cops. And for the sake, by the way, we'll kind of assume bears know some things and not all things. By the way, audience out there, like I'm not gonna be like there's this 4 donutted metal box that's with red and blue lights on. It's a police car, right? There are some police cars that are pulling up and starting to block off the road. It maybe looks like maybe something's about to happen out there soon enough, but right now, so far, you don't see anything out there. It looks like people are waiting in line for something meanwhile.
Captain Sunbeard, if you have sticky fingers, right?
Hey.
Okay, if you get one of those like metal rectangle devices from one of the people, I can maybe look up what's the best way to get in.
Hey, okay, so I'll try to sneak up to the closest person to our vantage point in the forest and see if I can't lift a phone or some such from them.
Meanwhile, as you're kind of glancing towards the edge of the forest, you reach into your sack, hoping to find maybe something useful to help you try to take somebody down, and or try to at least steal something from them. The silver donated $30. which means it's time for our very first actual random item. So I'm about to roll between a D106.
Oddly specific.
And then another $50.
And inside of your sack there, Captain Sunbeard, you find a bottle of Febreze.
Oh.
Which, I mean, surprise, you do have a way of removing stinks. So congratulations on
We
that.
found the deodorant.
We also got $50 from William. Okay, all right. Wow, this is actually pretty incredible. So you keep reaching in there, Sunbeard, because in addition to that Febreze bottle, which is just kind of slosh it inside of there, you also find 6 walkie-talkies. Inside of that bag right there.
That'd be convenient.
They are definitely kid-sized walkie-talkies, I will say. So they're pretty small in everybody's hands, but Stinky, who it fits just fine. And so you might have to figure out exactly how you're going to make sure those work for you, and you might have to like really focus on it to use it. But yeah, you all now have, assuming you want to spread them out to everybody, a set of walkie-talkies so you can all talk to each other whenever you need.
Yeah.
I don't know what this thing is.
It's a talk device.
No,
You push
talk
this
device.
and then talk, and then we hear.
take this big thing.
I think you guys call it walk and talk. Walk and talk?
Yes.
Well, I walk and talk
so-
all the time.
So if I push this button here, and I'm gonna like intentionally be like really close to the other one, so that when I press the button, it like makes that high pitched thing. So when I push this, it makes that. Oh, what the heck was that?
And actually, as you make that sound, you actually see some weird glances from the people standing in line towards the forest. They can't really make out what's going out at there, but they're like, ugh, God, people, figure things out.
Perhaps people start to take notice. Perhaps we should quit our stalling, as we say, and go on with the heist.
I have very bold idea.
Ooh, what is it, Natalia?
Can skunk fit
Thank
in
you.
bag?
I would say, for what it's worth, the skunk probably can fit in the bag. I don't know what happens if an item appears in the same bag as the skunk, but I presume it's probably fine.
I think so.
We make stink bomb and clear people.
Oh, that might not be
Ding
too
dong
bad of an
dash.
idea.
I have lots of stink.
Where we
Sure,
gonna
sure.
where we gonna clear the people out of? Out the front of the building, or are we gonna try and go in another way?
Don't you enter through door?
Yeah,
but,
but map has other doors, don't it?
So for the sake of for the sake of the map, just to make sure everybody's understanding, the kind of bolded kind of black dashes are all the doors. There are definitely doors towards the main entrance. The only other place that seems to be, when it comes to getting inside the building, is via the kind of authorized personnel area. Up there is a toll booth, which you actually can see from the forest, with a guard kind of keeping an eye on things, along with a 10-foot chain link fence with barbed wire on the top surrounding it.
So there's really two options.
Stinky, I have an idea. You're good at hacking, right?
Yes.
Stop me if I wouldn't have any reason to know this, Shadow, but I am retired. I've done this. I've done heist before, but maybe you could hack one of the walkie-talkies to get into the guard signal so we could hear what they're talking about.
Oh, I can try.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go for it, yeah, totally. So this is actually where we can actually start introducing the mechanics of Honey Heist. There aren't a ton of them, which is nice, but there are enough to at least decide whether or not people succeed or fail at the actions that they attempt. So, every character that is going to be playing with us today has 2 stats. The first one is called Bear. The second one is called criminal. The bear stat is what you roll whenever you are doing something that is within the confines of what a bear would do, whether it be maybe running really fast or like punching a guy or like eating some salmon, whatever sort of bear stuff you would think about, that's what a bear is going to do. Everything else is going to be going into your criminal roll. That is to say, anything that would be kind of more towards what a human would do as opposed to a bear. What you'll do is you'll roll a d6, so a 6-sided die, and you are going to see if you can get that number below or equal to your particular stat. Everybody starts with 3 criminal and 3 bear, and then whenever you pull off successful crimes, your crime stat's going to go up and your bear stat's going to go down. If you do well as a bear or you fail as a criminal, you are going to start getting some more bear points and lose criminal points. The trouble with that is if you hit 6 on either of them, you actually your character actually goes either berserk in the case of if you hit full bear, or becomes a mastermind criminal who decides all this dead weight is just slowing them down and will try to betray the party. So you do have to try to make sure you balance those 2 stats as best you can. In addition to that, your roles will actually allow, or your jobs, as people mention them, will allow them to take advantage on their roll. So they get to roll twice and then figure out, depending on what they pick up, or they pick the lowest of the 2 and see where they go from there. So with that, why don't Stinky, why don't you go ahead and roll a d6 for me and roll it twice, and you pick the lower number of the 2.
I have a 1.
A 1. All right. So. Yeah, you kind of frantically start ripping and clawing at the screws in the back of your walkie-talkie. You see a few loose wires, a chip or 2. You take out like a bit of like a little metal piece that you find like in your above your ear, and you kind of short out a section of the walkie-talkie, and a big old spark flies out of it. And you kind of just pull away at a few wires and things, put some new wires in different places, close it back up, and for the moment, silence. And everybody's kind of looking like, oh, maybe this skunk doesn't know what they're doing. And suddenly it starts to crackle to life with various voices coming out of it.
1215, this is 1215. Can you hear me? Yeah, this is 47. How can I help you? Yeah, 1215. I noticed some hooligans hanging out by the fence out north. It looks on the camera 4 and camera 7. I can see 2 friends trying to cut their way in. Roger that. 1215. We'll send out a dispatch and we'll try to take care of those hooligans before they get through the fence. Hey, good looking out. Over and out.
It seems they are onto us.
Well, to be fair, you guys are
anywhere
still
yet.
in the forest. Actually, as you hear that, you do look over, and it looks like some like kids are trying to like cut their way through the fence with some pliers. And as a security guard kind of runs up to us, hey, what are you kids doing? They all scamper off, and they bring their tools with them, and they just kind of run away.
Fence, forest, very similar, very confusing, yeah?
Oh, English is a difficult language.
So, those kids have some tools that might be useful.
It's true.
I only have hat.
I am going to actually see if I can follow them and try to lift the tools off of them.
Okay. So the kids are kind of trying to find a safe distance further north off the map. They stop by kind of this dilapidated phone booth that was there probably for the past 40 years, and just kind of hang around it, just loitering as teens are wont to do. There's not a lot of cover around it. Those kids are just kind of like heads down, kind of looking at their phones, but they're really just. But they're just kind of looking at their phones and trying to kind of look inconspicuous. But obviously, they're looking to try to make another crack at this. So, what do you do?
You know what? Let's
Is there what is that game the kids play these days?
Oh.
The monster and the checkpoint. You know, they swipe one. Maybe they go there.
Oh yes, you talk about Monster Go. Monster Go. You go to Monster, you get Monster, and you Monster Go.
Oh yes. Is there a Monster Go nearby?
You do
You know,
not have
that
a cell phone to
sounds kinda
check, but
fun.
you could try.
Well, Skunk,
We
you
could steal their
you
stuff.
hack. Skunk, you hack.
Yeah. Yes, I don't have a phone.
The talk and walk.
Is it no, the talk and walk. No, won't work.
I'm gonna try to sneak as close as I can to them, and
Okay.
maybe freeze anytime I see them start to glance my way.
So in a game of red light, green light, you see as Captain Sunbeard starts kind of crawling towards the edge of the forest. Every time a kid kind of looks up, hears like a rustle of leaves or something. Doesn't see anything and looks back down. You're kind of towards the edge of the forest. Meanwhile, by the way, Chip, not quite sure what to do with yourself at the moment because you're like, I'm a driver, so what I do? You reach into your bag and you find yourself a bottle of what's written as ghost pepper sauce. If you only knew that what it read as, you'd probably be a little bit concerned. But I mean, it looks cool. It looks red and it smells kind of good. A little spicy though.
I got this fancy smashy bottle of some sort of liquid. You think it might be honey? Let's give it a drink, I think.
And that was Lady Hoshina who donated $32.33. Thank you very much for that. And thank you Shinrin for the 1988 as well. So you take a drink of it, and you have no other option in your life right now but to just start roaring as a panda has never roared before. Like I don't know what a roaring panda sounds like, but I'm sure it is not a comfortable sound. And so as you're just screaming,
golly gee, that hurts! Oh God! Why would anybody do this to me? Ah! On the outside, it's just.
The kids don't notice Captain Sunbeard, but they definitely are terrified of whatever is happening in the forest, and they kind of ease on away from their space and are like, maybe we'll try another day, and just kind of start walking off. Is there anything you want to try to do before they leave, Captain Sunbeard?
I want to try to scoop one of them up and run back to the forest.
Okay. I'm going to have you, let's see here. So Sun Bears, in addition, by the way, to having certain jobs, everybody has a kind of bear trait that they get to have. Let's see. In the case of Sun Bear, you have a sense honey trait, so that's worthless here. In the meantime, I just want you to go ahead and roll a bear check to see if you can run up, grab one of the kids, which they're probably like maybe 16. You can see one of them is wearing a backpack. And if you were able to read, actually, that backpack says MJ Evans on it. And he seems to be just kind of sauntering a little bit slower than everybody else. But, trying to kind of act cool and kind of act not too scared. But you can tell he's definitely not feeling this whole screaming monster in the woods kind of thing.
He is a thief, and you do get advantage on your roll, and he's trying to steal someone.
We're gonna take advantage on. Sure, you know what? I'll let you roll with advantage to nab MJ Evans.
The sticky fingers.
All right, kid, you're coming with me. 2.
Okay, yeah. You sprint up, and MJ Evans has his AirPods in. He can't hear what's sneaking up behind him. You scoop him up, and he starts just screaming as you start to drag him back into the woods. As you do, he's like, call the army, call the police, call somebody. He actually manages to wiggle out of your grip, but his backpack comes off of his back as he does, and he just starts sprinting down the road away from the convention center because he already knows he doesn't have friends there when he tried to break in. But he just starts sprinting away and doesn't look back. He is not feeling it, and he is off. But you now have a backpack. It is about a medium-sized school pack. It feels like maybe it has a textbook or two inside of it. It's a little bit heavy, and you kind of saunter back into the woods. People are now definitely noticing something going on. So you guys may want to scoot back in a little bit.
I'm like rolling on the ground.
Meanwhile, trying to put out the fire without any other options, Chip is just stop dropping and rolling.
And then then I just stop and sit up. I'm like, hey, that's actually not that bad. Then I take another swig and just start the process all over again.
So far we have terrified children. We have hacked into mainframe. Yes. It is time to use the skunk to clear a route. We must make progress.
We also have very cool backpack.
Oh yes, very cool backpack.
Yep. And the backpack is sealed up. You haven't had a chance to check anything inside of it. You do hear, by the way, as you're kind of recollecting, and eventually Chip finds his bearings again.
47. This is 1215. Do you read? Yeah, this is 47. How can I help you? Yeah, I've been seeing some distressed folks over on the east side of the building. Can you go and investigate for me? Yeah, sure. Just give me one moment. I'm just gonna make sure that the fence is all right.
And the radio goes quiet again.
This is perfect. The guard is distracted. Now we make our move.
He is distracted, but he's distracted by you as he starts to walk up towards the forest around the general area where he heard the screams.
This is not perfect. He is distracted by us. We must get his attention off of us.
What if we just take him out?
It's up to you guys.
What?
Hey, this seems like a good plan.
What if Skunk take him out with Stink? Then
That might work.
He cannot go back to his post.
Yeah, what if you stink bomb him?
Yeah, he'd have to go take a shower.
Do I crawl in the back?
No, he's coming towards us.
Yeah, just hide behind a tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then do what you do.
Maybe someone pick me up, so I'm at a perfect level.
A stink gun. Very clever.
So who's gonna pick up
Stinky
here?
I
pick up the skunk?
And,
All right.
and aim towards enemy.
As you do, Stinky actually drops her bag for a second, and out pops an entire set, including a mortar and pestle, for making guacamole. Everything you need, possibly. There's some avocados there, some tomatoes, some nice green chilies, some salt and pepper shakers. Let's see here, probably some cilantro, and a little bit of sour cream, just like a little dollop of daisy.
This is delicious. They come out of your bag, Skunk. But still no honey. We must act. Ready, aim.
Thank you, Triforce.
I aim. So Boris he aims the scores towards Skunk. How much distance I got between us?
He's about midway on the street. You guys are maybe about like 20 feet into the forest at this point. He's like, hello, is there anybody in there? This is convention security. Can you please come out of the forest? He's approaching the edge.
I'm gonna try and do my best human impression.
I'm just moving out.
I'm going to hide behind the biggest tree I can find and take a quick look at what's in this bag.
Some of you hide. In the meantime,
I'm gonna be like pretty far in, kind of hiding. I'm just gonna help.
So one or the panda's shouting help inside the forest. One of our
it's
brown
very
bears,
convincing because he's in pain from hot sauce.
True. You have a brown bear with a large sun hat trying to stand in the sexiest pose possible, and you have a stout brown bear holding a skunk like a weapon. And as this man starts to walk into the forest, he spots. I'm actually gonna roll this real quick. Give me one sec.
I also do duck face.
He spots Natalia first, and he's not
Hello.
quite sure what to. Oh, hold on. Let me see if he's attracted to that.
Let's see if he's into that real quick.
Actually, tell you what. Better yet, roll a face check for me, there, Natalia. And since you are the face, you roll twice.
Roll to see if he's a furry.
First
said it,
is
not me.
5,
I know.
And the second one.
6.
Ooh, okay. He appreciates he appreciates all the effort that goes into it, but it's just not. He's not into your particular sexy bear.
Natalia, you fool! It's not that kind of convention.
The furry convention is down the street.
He says, "Did you need help? I heard someone shouting." And then that's when he turns around and he sees Boris with the he actually sees the chip on the ground, still rolling, shouting help. He's like, "What?" And then he looks up and he sees Boris with the skunk. He's like, and he's about to pull out his radio to call in for backup.
Ready, Stinky, fire with all your will.
All right, and I'm gonna have you just roll a bear skunk check for me there, Stinky.
Okay.
Whether or not you have any stage fright here.
It's a 4.
And the second one, you can roll again.
Oh. Another 4.
Oh no!
Okay.
I squeeze on the skunk.
You squeeze, and it actually it just kind of makes Stinky puke a little bit into her apiary helmet there. There is a little bit of, but there's not really the spray that you're looking for. It goes about like 3 feet, but he's like 8 feet away. And so you have a spray, and he's like, "I better call animal control." And he starts running back to his back to his guard station. He's like, 1215. I need you to call in the local animal control. We got it. We got a situation again. It happened again. I repeat, it happened again. And so he's out of your hair. It sounds like you may need to start moving. He did go back to his station, and he is very much on guard.
I put down
All
skunk. You tried your best. It's what counts.
Sorry.
Cool. So now we move quick. We need to skunk mom main front door.
Oh, by the way, we got $10.10 from Dino. In times of trouble, King Andre, the group may need some guidance. What sort of guidance can you provide from your bag of many fortunes?
For success today, look first to yourself.
Thank you for that.
I see nothing particularly.
I see half of nothing.
I'm looking at my hands like, wow. Right.
All right.
What if we?
I'll give you one more.
I
The
think it
simplest
broke it.
answer is to act.
Aye, that may be a good idea. Let's move on to this campground right here. There may be some clothes or disguises to help us get in.
That's what I was going to say. We're on the same page.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's do it.
All right, so you start wandering, get closer to the campground. Who, as was mentioned before, there's almost like a very neat rows of sets of kind of older looking tents, kind of more, a little bit more like almost like Amish in nature, right? Like very much handmade sort of pieces and things like that. Whereas there are just kind of a smattering of the kind of more modern tents. The one big group of tents that you see has a bunch of robed figures, almost looking like monks, who are kind of assembling towards like a campfire. It looks like they're kind of arranging lunch for the people in their group. There are some various clothing lines strung up with various cloaks, looking like they're drying after some wash. Sitting out there, they're all stark white. They're all pretty large cloaks. And then there's and you can't really see inside the tents, but you imagine that there are probably a handful of people hanging around there.
And there are people outside, or are they all inside the tents?
There's one person minding the fire. There's about 2 more that are kind of dealing with the clothes. Looks like one of them grabs a basket and starts to walk back into one of the tents. The other one is trying to get out a stain. Looks like maybe some like red wine or something very red, and it just doesn't look very good. So they're trying to scrub as hard as they can. Past that, you don't really see anybody else. It looks like maybe a lot of them, or a lot of the rest of their group, already went into the convention center.
This is perfect. It's like the disguise is right in front of us. Look upon those cloaks that they have drying in the sun.
I see them. They look like the white flag of surrender. But at this point, I'll take anything I can get.
They won't be suspicious of us.
Do you perhaps think if we were to dress as them, they accept us as one of their own to enter the convention?
I think I need a belt to accentuate my waist.
This is true, Natalia.
Yes.
Well,
Why do you need one of those?
Because people they care about their figure.
Well, while there's only one person by the clothesline and they seem to be distracted by this stain, I would like to see if I can try to grab a few outfits.
I think you are most suited for the job, yes.
No, this is right up your alley.
So you're gonna start approaching this person in the kind of clothesline.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say there's probably about like maybe 10 cloaks sitting on that drying line right now. It seems like they all pretty much wear the same thing. Most of them are, all the cloaks do have some symbols on them, however. One is that of kind of a black and white embroidered bee with like some kind of intricate kind of angled symbolage around it. And then each of them seems to have their own unique marker. Not necessarily words, but so much as a symbol. And actually the one that's trying to scrub as you get closer, you notice the one that's trying to scrub the stain out of one of the other cloaks has a symbol that has a 3 triangles in kind of a larger triangle set, and then like a snare drum centered in the center of it. He's like, "Come on, just why can't this come out? I've been working on this for hours." Just trying to really scrub it. He's not having a good time right now, but he's trying his best to get this thing out. So it sounds like he's pretty distracted. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to get as many outfits as I can off the line and slink my way back to our edge of the forest to hand them out.
All right, then go ahead and roll a thief roll once again, and you get to roll twice, of course, on this.
Lowest is a 2 again.
Okay, I would say you managed to grab 7 cloaks before you start before you like, okay, my thief senses are tingling. I can't really stick around here anymore, and you start like. If a person was really bad at making a ghost costume for Halloween, is what you look like right now. It's just like instead of like a single sheet, it's just a wad of white cloth that is just kind of floating around with 2 furry legs underneath it, and you kind of saunter back towards the rest of your group back in the forest.
A very good job, sir. Let's divvy up the spoils, yes?
I hold the one with the bee on it towards Stinky. I think this one might be right up your alley.
So for what it's worth, they all have the bee symbol on them, but they also, in addition to that, have a particular symbol next to that. The one that you hand over to Stinky has the picture of a LaCroix can on it, just emblazoned on the front of it. Like on the left breast is the bee, the right breast is a LaCroix can.
Do you think if I look in my bag, I might find a belt? Or
you can check. At the moment, it doesn't look like there's a belt inside of there. You could, but you know, it's a pretty big campsite. I'm sure there are probably people there, and people have belts from time to time.
If I shake my bag for a long time, will I find a belt?
We're not going anywhere until someone donates enough money to have this belt. We can't have a face without a belt.
I will say also
the backpack.
The laundry line, I should mention, was also a rope. Like you could potentially.
Who
if
will
you really-
rope?
Just saying, you know, there's a rope there.
We might be able to rip some of the thing off of Stinky's. It might be a bit big since it's human size. We could roll it up.
There, and you got a 7th cloak too. There's 6 of you, and you have 7 cloaks. So if you
None
wanted
of
to have a
you.
little extra cloth for something, you could definitely do that.
None of them understand fashion.
It's okay, Natalia.
It's shame.
It's okay, Natalia. We will go back once we do the heist. You will have all the fashion that you desire.
I mean, mayhaps there's a belt in this here bag. And I hold up the backpack that I got from M. Jevons.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, do you want to open it up?
Yeah, let's see what's inside.
Okay. Yeah, you find a geometry book inside of there. It weighs about like 15 pounds. And it says copyright 1947. You set that down to the
Accurate.
side. Because, I mean, what use is that, right? You have yourself, it looks like you find a stapler in the bottom of the bag. You find about 4 pencils, one that is really chewed up. You find a very old-looking cell phone, actually a flip phone, of all things,
Oh, jeez.
inside of there. It looks like a
That
Moto
won't play
Razor kind of
Monsters
thing.
Go.
And you find surprisingly a leather belt that is made for it kind of looks like, weirdly enough, more for like a tourniquet than necessarily like a person or like an average person, but maybe they took a first aid class just before then, but it is in there.
I found one, ma'am. Here you are.
I suppose it will do. You know, maybe I find better one later.
You could stop at 5 or 6.
And before we go, I don't want to let that comment go. I'm wearing the finest outfit made by the finest tailor. Told me that it was the loveliest thing, and everyone that I come across says that it's fantastic.
Who, Taylor?
To be clear,
At Kangaroo Island?
Yes.
to be
He is
clear,
completely
Yeah, I was
naked.
gonna say King Andre is absolutely naked.
I see.
Yeah. Yes.
I had a friend named Taylor once.
By the way, out of frustration, Natalia, you keep shaking your bag, hoping that a much more fashionable belt will appear, or just at least an outfit. Jesus Christ, come on! You don't find an outfit there, but eventually you hear kind of a inside of there, and you find yourself an unopened can of tennis balls. Three like tennis balls still inside the can. The seal's still on there, and you kind of shake them around, and they're big, fluorescent yellow. And now you have 3 tennis balls.
Oh, they play this sport in my country. They're very good.
I like the way those look.
Well, I think it's time that we get dressed, to say, yes?
Hey.
Agree.
We have these different cloaks. Different cloaks have different symbols. Which one do we take?
Can you repeat the symbols again, Shadow?
Sure. Yeah. So they all have the B emblazoned on it. Well, the one given to Stinky has a LaCroix can on it. The others include a very large maple tree. One includes a motorcycle. One includes a Louis Vuitton logo. One has a crown on it, actually, and
crown.
one has a bottle of vodka.
Oh, which
Natalia.
of us gets a vodka?
Oh, I see your eye is on the vodka, but I also see your heart is for Louis Vuitton.
I know you like fashion too. I take vodka, you take Louis Vuitton.
Yes. If it doesn't work out, we switch. Yes, we take
Yes.
turn, just like that.
We can switch later.
Can I get the one with the wheel machine on it?
And I'll take the one with the tree.
All right, so all of you start to jump into your cloaks. For, let's see, our grizzly friend and for our panda, they're a little small, just a little tight. They cover
What
most
else
of
is
your
new?
most of your figure, but you are pretty big bears, and like they're just not long enough. And so you can still see kind of little fluffy pads underneath. But for the most part, your bodies are covered and your heads are hooded if you so choose. Everybody else otherwise scampers in. For Stinky, it's very big. It's more that she is swimming inside of a piece of fabric and less of actual clothing. You could try to kind of tie it up, and maybe it kind of looks like a toddler is wandering around on all fours.
Can I rip the sleeves off of mine?
You
Mom's
can,
like to breathe.
revealing your very furry black and white arms.
Hey, the furry convention is just down the street. Sometimes you got common interests.
All right, so it's all of you don your cloaks. It looks like you're pretty much set up and ready to go.
Is Sunbeard holding on to the other stuff that was in the backpack? Like the pencils and textbook and stuff?
That's up to you guys. There's also some gum. I forgot to mention there's some gum.
Some gum.
This is going exactly according to plan. We are ready to slip in unnoticed.
Oh, you use book to cover face.
Yes, book to cover face.
But before we move on, Stinky, there was something in this magic bag that we have that I think might actually help us get in with you. And I take out the can of Febreze.
Those are the strange ants.
I found it earlier, but I had forgotten among getting the other bag. And I just give Stinky the longest high school shower of Febreze.
The axe bath, in other words, is what we're hearing here. The Febreze version of the middle school axe bath. Got it. And you know what? That signature Febreze trademark smell is definitely permeating throughout Stinky's entire being. It masks the smell pretty well, which otherwise was pretty awful.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Anytime. Now,
right.
I believe we need to move on.
Very well.
Are we gonna just try and walk in?
So, all of you are currently in the campground, just kind of in the outskirts. That poor Triforce drummer fella is just furiously scrubbing at that. He's like, "Wait, I scrubbed straight through the fabric. Ah, not again!" And just kind of goes back into the tent dejectedly, completely oblivious to the fact that the cloaks are missing. Yeah. So you're in the campground. It looks like nobody's looking at you for right now. That may change, but in the meantime, you see the line of people slowly filing into the convention center. It looks like they are checking things at the door, but for the most part, you are left to your own devices.
What did we need these shirts for again?
That's perfect. We blend in with the rest of the people. They out here in the campers. They're wearing the tent material. We walk right in. Perfect unnoticed. Skunk don't stink. We win.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
If you don't wear shirt, you get no service.
It's true.
By the way, we got a 1010 from Dolphin saying, and I'll take this one, hipster, because he gave his own fortune. Your lucky numbers are 4, 7, 15, and 23.
I'll give another one just so they get double up.
Sure.
Mine is, help, I'm a prisoner in a Chinese bakery.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
But
no.
you're right here in front of us.
This is a cry for help.
So as you...
in a way, aren't we all prisoners in a bakery of our own making?
I mean, I'm from China, so...
Yeah.
So you see the line kind of forming there. There are people of all ages, all different shapes and sizes. Some are wearing the same robes that you're wearing that are kind of scattered throughout the line, just kind of quietly conversing with each other. There are kids that are like, Mom, I want to go in. I want the honey. And then the moms are like, oh, come on, jeez, let us in. You see just a few different people. Some are wearing costumes, actually. You see a few honey or like honey pot costumes, where it's just like a big old pot of like classic ceramic honey jar. You have yourself some people wearing bear costumes, ironically. They're not great, but you can definitely tell they were trying to be a bear. Some bee costumes, and one guy's dressed up as a beekeeper, and you're like, oh man, it's a good costume, until you realize, oh, he's actually just a beekeeper. So the line has formed. There's probably maybe 40 people in line in either direction, going down both the west side and the north side of the street. What do you do?
Do we understand the concept of a queue to get in?
I will say, if you don't, you've watched it long enough to understand that people are waiting for something.
Indeed, we have been here for a while watching.
Yeah. We're very smart bears.
Smarter than the average bear.
Me especially.
We wait in line.
Who votes for waiting in line?
What if we-
Andre, do you have a ID?
Wait in line.
I think I wait in line.
What if we go in right behind those other bears?
Oh, like we part of group.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
we tag along, yes.
You can definitely approach. Is that what you're gonna do?
Tempting. I was gonna say we're attempting to hide slightly. Do we want to
the back of the line?
Do you want to appear to be bears, but also poorly dressed as bears?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah. What do
Okay,
you
so
Be bears, but casual.
What does our fine Russian friend think about my plan?
I think we wait in line. We don't want to stand out. We're already lots of fur, lots of sticky fingers, and we got the cloaks on. Don't need no more problems. We play it cool. We wait in line. We play it cool. Yes.
Play it cool.
My fingers aren't very sticky. I haven't had no honey yet.
That's what we're hoping to get, my friend. Now, I think we all just wait in line patiently, and we should be in convention, no problem. Lickety split.
All
I'm
right.
for it.
all right.
I'll go along with your plan.
So you guys all hop in line. There's 5 and 1 lump of cloth on the ground, currently standing in line. You hear over on a little megaphone nearby. There's a worker who's like trying to kind of guide the line. She's like,
make sure your ticket's ready. Ticket's ready. We gotta make sure we got through this line quickly. We got a bit of security you have to go through. Make sure you open your bags. Make sure you show everything off there. And please make sure you have your tickets ready, please.
Tickets? No one said anything about tickets. Harold mentioned nothing to me about tickets.
I didn't hear anything about that either.
in the distance here. He may be a ghost.
I knew it.
There's nobody standing around here trying to sell some tickets.
You can look around.
Yeah, we're the scalpers.
Are you looking for scalpers?
Yeah,
we look for scalpers.
Scalpers at Honeycon. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Actually, since they're not allowed to within 25 feet of the convention center, there are in fact a line of scalpers who are currently standing on the other side of the street, just on the edge of the campground, going, "Tickets! I got tickets! Tickets! Anybody? Tickets!"
What is this? If we were back in Russia, we would just buy tickets off Russian website, download, no problem. But then we go, let's go get the ticket. How do we approach these people? Get the tickets.
We have no money.
We have no money. We have no honey.
No honey, no money, no bunny.
We got some stuff we can offer them. What about those space things? They're probably worth a lot of money.
Space.
Boris, you actually go ahead and reach in for your black holes, and tucked, I guess, in between the 20 different black hole models inside your bag, which is weighing you down quite a bit. There's wedged a couple of tickets in there, surprisingly for today. There are, as you count out and you kind of pull out some of the black hole models, which everybody's kind of eyeing you suspiciously from behind you in line now. You find yourself with 4 tickets. Four tickets into the
Four tickets.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I can hide in a bag or between legs.
Very well, but that's still only.
And that was a donation, by the way, from Heffler. Thank you for $50.
At the door, they're searching the bags. Don't you see that?
Oh, I can stand between legs.
Yeah, she can.
Boris.
Get inside one of the cloaks.
Boris, you shorter than me, correct?
Yes, we know this, Natalia. I have not been blessed with such beautiful Siberian height such as yours.
You get under cloak. I be pregnant lady.
Oh. Be like Babushka trying to sneak into theater, yes?
Babushka not pregnant, however.
Stinky, you could probably fit in my hat.
Okay.
It should be mentioned, all of you have been wearing hats this entire time. It's just kind of part of Honey Heist is that you're required to wear a hat the entire time. Otherwise, you're just kind of a scary bear. Chip is wearing a very oversized 10-gallon hat. It might actually fit 10 gallons if he really was pressed to try to fit in there.
So Boris takes out his tickets, go ahead and divides them up, giving one to Natalia, one to the other threes, and what was Stinky doing?
Stinky's getting in my hat.
Very well. So we have one for Hat Dweller, one for King Kangaroo, for Pirate, and also one for Pregnant Lady. She eats honey for 2.
All right. So you continue waiting in line. About like 5 minutes pass, which not too bad. They're actually getting pretty speedy about it. And you finally get up to the lady with the megaphone. She's standing next to the fountains near the entrance, and she's like,
Just a reminder, everybody make sure you have your tickets.
Oh, you have tickets? Oh, thank you. Let's see here. How many in your party? And she's talking to you, Boris. No, wait, you're in the outfit. So, he's talking then to Natalia, or she's talking to Natalia at that point. How many in your party?
Do not speak, Natalia. Use your claws. Your voice.
She holds up 4 fingers. Actually, she doesn't know how to count, so she just kind of points at each person and herself.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a face check for me again, just to see how she reacts to this. By the way, as you're rolling this, the person here has a kind of almost like a ranger hat on and a big I Heart Manatees shirt on. It's really, really prominent. But she has a little tag on it that says Mrs. M, and she's trying to just kind of see what's going on here. So what'd you roll? Can you say it again?
4 and a 5. I'm sorry.
4 and a 5?
Oh
no. It's like a reroll, right? Face check.
Yeah, that was rolling with advantage.
Yeah. So she's like, how many again?
I start crying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean it. Oh boy. Are you in pain? Are you in pain? I'm sorry.
Talia grab his stomach.
I kick.
Okay, you know what? Do I need to call an ambulance? Just tell you what, you just go in. What is it? Oh my God, the med bay is over in the corner near the restrooms of the food court. Just go over there, okay? Just run on in. It's okay. You can go through. The rest of your friends can go too. Go. And she like pushes you into the convention center.
All right, we go.
Work like a charm.
Very good delivery, Natalia.
There are some. There are some guards with like hand wands, but at the distress that Natalia is showing off as she goes through, being the seasoned actress that she is, they are so like concerned. They just go. You need to go. And so you are now officially inside the convention center. You are still crying. You're still very pregnant with a kicking stomach. I
didn't even know you were pregnant.
The kicking, by the way, is actually like going out of the fabric. Like you could just see like little pff, on occasion coming out. But all 6 of you have now officially made it in, posing as 4 individuals. And you are now standing in front of, or you just passed the ticket booths, and now you are in the information area.
Boris emerges.
Just in the public?
Yeah, there's a lot of people around, probably.
Well, Boris take a sneak peek, see people get shy, go back. He's not ready.
We go-
Natalia, do you let him?
Where is restroom?
Yeah,
so
there's a restroom up north. If
are you asking information, or are you asking the rest of your crew?
The crew.
It looks like it's right this way, and I put my paw on her back, and I guide her up towards the food court.
We ran like emergency.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I know what the
go.
restroom is. I do my business in the woods.
We charge.
As do we all.
I want. Let's see here. Who are you going to lead the charge on this, Natalia?
Oh, I think someone guide me.
Sure. So how about just because I think this is going to work out best, King Andre, why don't you go ahead and roll a grizzly check? That'll be for
Be
Bear.
scary.
Because you're going to be like kind of scary as you're like, get out of the way, get out of the way, as you're trying to make a presumably for a cut for the restrooms at the north side there.
It's 5 and
Okay.
a 6.
Okay.
So 5.
You start kind of trying to make as human of shouts as you can, because you don't really want to scare people, but not necessarily like in a bear kind of way, right? And so you start shouting, but unfortunately the convention center is loud. It is extremely loud, and you can't really be heard over the din. And so you kind of have to kind of claw your way, pardon the pun, through everybody as you're trying to get to the back of the space. So as you kind of work your way through, it's taken some time, and some of the guards who are at the entrance have enough time now to kind of call somebody and be like, actually, you hear over the radio.
1575. Do you read? Yeah, this is 1575. What's up, 39? Yeah, I think there was a pregnant woman, an extremely pregnant woman, trying to get her way through the food court in order to get to the restrooms. Does anybody have eyes on her? Does anybody have eyes on the pregnant woman?
And so that's where it kind of crackles off for a minute. You know that somebody is definitely looking out for a pregnant lady, and they're probably zoning in on your
As they should. It
location
takes a
right now.
village.
I take out all the ingredients for the guacamole, kind of wrangle them in the bag, and then yeet them out over the floor from underneath the helmet.
People are so enamored by the sake of loose avocados that they kind of start to clear out of the way in order to hoard them as best they can. There were like 10 avocados in there. And
I can buy my first house with this.
And as they roll their way out, they're like, oh boy, avocado toast. You start to kind of clear things out, but you do lose the guacamole.
Is everyone distracted?
Everyone seems to be pretty distracted right now, and the guards who are trying to get up to where you are having trouble kind of swimming upstream now.
Natalia, have we made it to the restroom yet?
Get out.
I am ready to be born.
It is time for me to emerge.
I also get out from underneath the hat.
Okay. So you are, so all of you are running towards the restrooms. Natalia and Boris, you managed to get in just fine. And I guess you find an open stall and, as you say, emerge.
Natalia, that was very brave of you. I commend you for not being distracted by grabbing avocado, worth several pounds of honey back in home country.
Thank you, Boris. Thank you. It means a lot.
Okay, so unless you want to spend any more time in the bathroom, then you two come out and you join the rest of your crew. Stinky, now having gotten out of Chip's hat, where are you going to go?
Whoa, what in tarnation? When did you get in there?
So yeah, I also get out from underneath the hat, like kind of hidden in the corner.
Sorry, that's what you were saying. So you get out of the hat. Chip's freaking out about it because he forgot you were up there. What do you do? Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
So you're getting out of the hat. Chip's freaking out about it because he didn't realize you were there. What do you do, Stinky?
It's me. I was under your head.
Oh, I put you up there? I can barely remember.
Yes, so we have penetrated the convention. So now we need to make our way to authorized personnel only. Yes, where do they keep the good stuff?
Well, I have a thought. We're by security. I wonder if we would need something from security to get into authorized personnel only.
Very good, very wise.
Like sheriff bitch.
This is why I'm brains.
Like a key.
As you guys are chatting about this, you actually hear something come from like beyond the space.
Father, is that you?
Attention! Captain Trina donated $100.07, saying, "Put me in, Coach DM." Thank you. It just so you will now hear donations over the loudspeaker now that you're inside of the convention center.
What does that mean?
They donated something. Some
Honey?
money, maybe?
As you
Honey?
sprinted in, you did see silent auction for Bees in Distress, a nonprofit organization that helps to make sure that bees around the world are kept at significantly slower stress levels than they currently are.
Oh, I've heard about them. They work with Direct Belief, I believe.
Oh, direct belief.
Belief, yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, what's with the direct belief?
So, anyone want to take a peek, see what's in security?
Yes.
Are there any windows to the security area, or is it just...
So I guess I could kind of explain where your surroundings are there. So that area marked food court is actually just a bunch of tables that you kind of plowed your way through as you try to be, or just like straight full on blast towards the concession or the bathroom there. To your a little bit right next to the restrooms, you have yourself a set of concessions, which involve things like there's like a burger stand, there's a pizza stand, there's a heavenly nut stand next to them, just kind of wafting some roasted almonds at you. And there are some vending machines as well. On the then meanwhile on the kind of west side of the food court space, there are a bunch of if you've ever been like in a convention center before, usually there's kind of like the main kind of convention floor, and then there are some smaller like meeting rooms. Those meeting rooms have large signs in front of each of them describing what you could find inside of them, just kind of very niche interest sort of spaces between the pollen potpourri, beeswax business, the anti-bear alliance, and the bee venom vindicators inside of there. On the top one, it is actually not labeled compared to the other ones, whereas the other ones have the doors propped open. The very top one on the map there, as you saw, is security and administrative services. The door is closed, and it says staff only on it.
Hey, staff only. That sounds like authorized personnel. Maybe this is the way we need to go.
Is it locked?
Do you want to try the handle?
Yes.
Okay, so you wander up, very recently unpregnanted, which a few people did notice you run in and now have walked out, and suddenly there's no bump anymore. I
tighten my belt, accentuating my waist.
They aren't questioning it, but they are questioning themselves, and so they're keeping a little bit of an eye on you, but they're not like too concerned at the moment. Let's see here. So you go up and you kind of shake the handle. It's not budging. It feels like it is in fact locked. And inside you hear in a very muffled, "Staff only. Sorry, no public inside."
This is not going very well at all.
Maybe we need to pursue other avenues.
Maybe if we use the radio that we tied in to make enough noise, they might come running out.
I am concerned.
I can yell help again.
Before we start making ruckus like we did outside, we must be very careful. Perhaps find the target, find the infiltration route, and then react and cause chaos, yes?
King Andre, as you're kind of thinking about what needs to happen next, next to your pouch of fortune cookies, you actually feel something very large and square appear inside of your bag. And inside of it is a large Domino's pepperoni pizza. Piping hot, smells fantastic, and it's now in your hands.
I was hoping someone was going to send me a companion cube.
Thank you, MJ Evans, for your $66.10, by the way. And he also says, I guess I should mention. Attention, attention. MJ Evans donated $66.10, saying, Trina's choice for model, probably vacation link. Donor's choice item, pizza. A pizza, please. P.S. Everyone, please, Yakuza 0 for sound file name incentive. Thank you. Anyway.
Okay. Oh, guys, I have pizza.
Very fitting, seeing as we are in food court, yes?
Yes.
Maybe we can use that to distract the guard in the room.
Here you have a...
Does someone want to dress up as a pizza delivery guy?
Yes, pizza delivery. Here, service you have in U.S. Very good.
Yeah. I can deliver a pizza.
In our country, back home in our country, pizza deliver you.
Or an Italian deliver me. I understand the feeling.
Oh, yes.
You can put hot sauce on it.
Yeah. Let me. I pull out the ball of hot sauce and I sprinkle it over the whole pizza.
Okay. So you put that like ghost pepper sauce, which, by the way, it's the kind of sauce that you would use at like one drop at a time for a dish. That you've just now slathered onto this pepperoni pizza. It's not very red. It's actually a little bit more vinegary than because you don't need a ton of pepper in it. So it kind of blends into the pizza pretty well. But now you have an extra, like, criminally spicy pepperoni pizza in your possession.
This pizza will kill someone.
So you want me to knock on their door and let them know their pizza's here?
So yeah, you take one of your big meaty paws and you do boom boom boom, and they're like, sorry, we don't wait, did you say pizza?
There's a pizza.
Well, about time. And they actually walk up to the door and they're about to open it. You're gonna do anything?
I'm gonna like kind of hold the pizza at kind of an angle so that they don't really see my face, but they very obviously see there's pizza, but not enough like of an angle to like upset the pizza. Just
go ahead and I'm gonna just have you go ahead and roll just a straight up criminal check.
All right, 2.
Okay, yeah. You find the exact angle, and surprisingly, as the guard guard opens the door, she's about like maybe 5 foot, and just can't really see anything above like your neck, to try to see what's going on. She's like, well, it's about time you brought it in. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this pizza for an hour. Is it still hot? Oh, it actually is. Okay, maybe you did pretty good on it. Okay, maybe it's just a busy day. I already paid, I think, in advance, so thank you. And she grabs it. It says on her badge, by the way, as a security guard, key CPT dot and then Trina on the little name card there. She's like, well, thank you. A tip, right? And she reaches into one of her pockets and she grabs a $5 bill and she hands it to you. Which now you have $5. So
I just kind of like passively hold it and like look at it questioningly.
While Trina was getting a tip, Boris rolled black hole into door.
You throw a black hole into the door?
Just see what it does.
Okay. It is a plastic figurine. It is a model of a black hole. It skids on the floor, and she's like, "What? She doesn't actually notice it because she's so hungry, but it is definitely now on the floor near the door.
Boris say, just losing my marbles. Forgive me.
That's all right. And she's like, and I'm sorry, I $5. I mean, for one pizza, it's quite a bit of tip, but all right, cool. And she walks back into the office with the pizza. The door closes behind her just automatically. The black hole model gets jammed actually between the door and the frame, and it's just open just enough that she doesn't notice. But it definitely gives an appearance of closed. But you definitely don't hear that kind of telltale latch.
That was intentional, I assure you.
Boris, you're so smart.
Natalia, you flatter me.
Oh.
So the door is a little bit ajar. You just hear some sounds inside of like, oh
No,
my god,
door.
it's been ages since I've had some good pizza. Oh my god! And you can hear her taking a bite, and then silence for about 10 seconds, and then screaming as she blasts open the door and sprints over to the bathroom. And you just hear,
Go, Captain, go.
I'm going in. I'm looking for any kind of key, a badge, something that will get us through doors.
Boris, distract lady from, she going to get water? Is that what you, water is what you said? Where did Trina go?
Trina went to the
bathroom,
to the restrooms right next door, and presumably ducked her head into a toilet or something.
I'm just kind of in
That's
the way,
unnecessary.
actually, trying to give more time for them to do his business in the security place.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of keep watch.
Yeah, accidentally trip, I'm in the way, sorry. You know how you when you bump into someone in the hallway, or
Sure.
And you both go both direction at the same time.
yeah, it's very confusing dance. In country, I go left, she go left. We both laugh about it. Try again.
Why don't you go ahead and roll a face check for me? So you get criminal, and then you get to roll twice. By the way, guys, I've completely forgotten to have you adjust your stats. So from now on, if you successfully pull off a crime, you're going to increase your crime stat and decrease your bear stat. If you don't succeed at a bear crime thing, you'll increase your bear and decrease your crime. You don't have to try to retroactively change that, but from now on, we'll stick with that.
So Boris got a 3.
A 3? Okay, yeah. You're at a 3 right now. Now you're going to be a 4 from now on for crime, and a 2 for bear. And yeah, you are just charming enough and just confusing with a Russian bear accent enough that people are like, yeah, I don't understand what he's saying, and they just kind of generally stay away from the area. Meanwhile, Captain Sunbeard, you are now inside of the office. The door is still jammed open, but you are alone in there. What are you looking for?
I'm so sorry. I need to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
You're good.
I'm looking for a key, a security badge, something that would normally get, I don't know, through a door.
Okay, yeah. So you step into the room. It's whereas the rest of the convention center is pretty colorfully draped. The HoneyCon, they spare no expense and really making sure that it's covered in hues of yellows and browns and gold. And it doesn't really look good any other time of year other than to honey lovers. But it is a pretty magnificent place. The office, meanwhile, by contrast, is a harsh white fluorescent white with some gray lockers in the corner. There is a computer with 15 different monitors with various cameras. It looks like there are shots of near the entrance where people are walking in. There are shots of maybe some kind of dark hallways, plenty of shots of the crowds, and then, of course, about 3 or 4 cameras in the back area where the fence was. You also see some lockers and things like that, which may contain maybe what you're looking for, in which case I'm going to have you roll for thief, that is your specialty, so go ahead and roll twice and give me the lowest number.
3.
Okay, yeah. You start clawing at some of the lockers. They open up; they're not locked. And you look through about 2 or 3 lockers before you eventually find one with a uniform still inside of it. And that uniform does have a key badge actually on it. So you grab that. You kind of feel around, other than some pens and a couple of business cards and a resume. You don't really find anything else inside of it. But yeah, you now have yourself. You have a experience in thievery, and you understand that this piece of plastic is probably pretty important. It has the employee's name on it. It says Bill Robinson on the front there. It says it's been working since 2007. But yeah, you now have yourself a security badge.
And on the way out, I just want to take the power cord for the computer that's running the monitors.
Okay, go ahead and roll a bear check for me on that. So you just succeeded at your crime check, so you're going to go, your crime's now at 4, your bear's now at 2.
All right. 6.
Okay. You kind of, the computer's like a big old bank, like it's a pretty old computer, and it's one big solid hunk of metal. You try to kind of claw your way behind it, but you're just a little too big and you can't reach behind the desk well enough to grab at the power cable. And yeah, you just can't quite get there. By the way, as the rest of the crew is keeping watch, let's see here. Stinky, you actually just kind of absentmindedly reach into your bag, and thanks to Papeach donating.
Hang on, we lost you.
Attention. Can you hear me? There we go. Attention. Papeach donated $50 saying, a body paint kit with a different array of colors, but only a small amount of yellow seemed to have been used by some con-goers. Thank you for your donation. Funny Man, thank you for $50.30, saying, have them find $250 in HoneyCon cash inside of one of your bags. Thank you. So, Stinky, you actually do find like a body paint kit. You find a bunch of tubes of paint with like a picture on the front that shows somebody like applying it to their face, like they're a big angry sports person. And you understand that it looks like all the colors are doing pretty good there, but the yellow's almost out. Thank you, Papeach, for that. And then as you're digging around, King Andre, you find $250 in funny money in HoneyCon cash, which is, I guess, expendable at various locations around HoneyCon, so you should you so choose.
I was gonna walk over to the information thing to see if they've got like a brochure of stuff going on.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, hello.
Security.
What's that?
I just want to make sure security person wasn't on their way back or anything.
Yeah. So as this is happening, I'll say that King Andre, he starts walking up to information. He's like, and as he walks up, just silently, the person at the information desk says, "Well, hello, sir. Welcome to HoneyCon 2018. Here's all the information booklets you need. Do you have any questions for me?"
I just take it and leave.
Okay. Bye. Have a wonderful honey-tastic day. And you leave. And she gives you about like 5 different pamphlets. 4 of them are ads for various companies that are sponsoring the HoneyCon. But one of them does contain a schedule of events, which contains things like there's a cosplay contest at about 3 p.m. There's the opening ceremony. It looks like you did miss, featuring one Darius. Hold on one second. I'll read that in a second. But yeah, you do see that you missed the opening ceremony hosted by the Be Good Honey CEO Darian Jensen, who seems to run BCon. You see his face like on the front of the pamphlet and in the middle of the pamphlet and the back of the pamphlet. He's in a lot of spots, honestly, and you see him even in banners of his face everywhere. Yeah, you did miss the opening ceremony there. The cosplay contest is going to start up if you glance at the clock about like 5 minutes from now. And then after that, there is the honey of the year finals, starting at about 4 o'clock. All right. So, by the way, before we continue, attention! Mercs Bob just donated $53.09. Thank you very much for your donation. That actually, and I'll give that to Chip. You find a fresh bunch of bananas in your burlap sack. Look at that. Anybody else want to do anything, by the way, while our Sun Bear was examining the security room?
I'm looking for a star badge for sheriff.
Okay,
that's what you need.
I'd say did you go inside the security office with him?
I just peek.
Okay, sure. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll a crime check for me?
3.
Okay, yeah. You see actually Captain Sunbeard kind of rifling through this uniform, and he's focused on the like card ID badge, but there's actually also like a sheriff's badge attached to that same outfit, and you kind of go, Psst, hey, take that too. And so Captain Sunbeard grabs that for you as he leaves. And so now you have, and I'll put that on the list as well. Actually, I'll put both of those things. You have now. I'll also get rid of the tickets. You have yourself the sheriff's badge and an ID badge.
Oh, good. We have a authority now.
And yeah, you have a set of bananas, Chip, and you have a schedule of events as well as a lot of really interesting details about in the history of HoneyCon there, King Andre.
Okay.
I want to take out one of the bananas and eat it in a single bite.
Peel and all.
Yeah.
Good.
So, Chip just takes one of the bananas out of his bag and he just eats the whole thing in one bite. He doesn't even, look away. Just
You need that potassium for driving.
all right.
Very important.
If there's nobody else that wants to do anything in this moment, then Captain Sunbeard will come out of the security room with the ID badge and the sheriff badge, and he hands the sheriff badge over to Natalia.
I fasten it on my belt.
You're now the sheriff of HoneyCon.
And I am a beautiful sheriff.
Of course.
Natalia, you always find ways to exceed expectations.
Oh, thank you, Boris.
Okay. So
It just turns out that it's something that they hand out to kids.
you do actually look around the corner and you do see the local sheriff's departments handing out plastic sheriff's badges. This one is made out of metal at least, but there are a lot of people with sheriff's badges at this convention.
They're just giving power to everyone. Very generous.
Very Russian.
Comrade Sunbeard, what did you learn in the security area?
Aye, they have eyes all over the building. I did find this card that will let us through some of the doors, hopefully.
And Kingaroo Island, King, in the fanciful clothes, yes. What did you learn about this convention space?
I learned that there's a cosplay contest if we can get something pulled together in 5 minutes, and then Honey of the Year finals in a few hours.
And Cheap, how is your banana?
It was quite tasty. I am a bit confused, though. He said there's eyes all over the building. I haven't seen any eyes on the building. At least I see them on the people. Is that what you're talking about?
They have, and I'm going to point to, I'm sure there's cameras watching the food court.
Yep, you do see actually two different cameras. One that was pointed towards the security room, which is a little ironic because the only person who would see it would be the security. As well as another one pointed towards the beeswax sculpture space.
Those boxes up there are the eyes I speak of.
That's a mighty weird looking eye, if I've ever seen one. But I'll take your word for it.
With your
But
go ahead.
How are we doing on time? What we need to go in and get that pure what was it again? Manuka extract? Is that what we were looking for? Or is it still there?
I don't think that it was leaving. Our time, our exit is leaving, I think, in an hour and 14 minutes.
I have idea for cosplay.
Ooh.
I would love to hear your idea for a cosplay.
I will enter with my tennis balls as Maria Verapova.
Maria Verapova, very famous back in homeland.
Yeah, Verapova.
All
Now,
right. So
for the cosplay contest, I'm assuming there was a theme related to bees.
So
Or honey.
as you came into the convention center, you did see a variety of various bearish and bee-like costumes. Some of them had, kind of more fun takes on them. Like, one was like a honey bear. It was like a bee and a bear mix. Some of them were trying to be a little bit more photorealistic. Some were trying to go a little bit more cartoonish. There are a variety of outfits. Creativity would not be unwarranted, it seems, but it would be unique.
This is a perfect plan. It gets us on the main stage.
Correct. Might be a distraction.
As you're talking about this, you hear someone trying to get a noise above the crowd.
Anybody here for the cosplay contest? You've got about 2 more minutes to line up right here, right now.
And he's
Are they gonna have a cosplay parade?
And he's towards the oddly enough, yes. He's actually close to the information desk, and you see a bunch of people lining up. Some who seem like veterans to all this, who are ready to go and ready to kind of shake hands and like hug kids and stuff like that. Just waiting for the parade into the main hall to start.
Quick, we only have 2 minutes until to make perfect cosplay.
I take out paint and I paint on my sheet to make myself look like a bunch of flowers.
Okay. All right. Why don't you go?
Oh, can you do that to me too?
I give it to Chip.
All right. So both of you, tell you what, I'll have you, Stinky, paint on both. Why don't you go ahead and roll a crime check for me?
If you're both going to be on the stage, should we give the sheriff's badge to someone else?
It's a 5.
Okay. You paint
Yikes.
a kindergartner's impression of flowers on yourself, and on Chip for that matter. So, like, there's some colors there. You paint it with your fingers because you didn't really know how to use the body paint, and you didn't have any brushes or anything like that. So you just kind of like put like lines on your face, green lines. Then you had like little red circles and yellow, a little bit of yellow circle, and like a blue circle on your forehead, even though there was no stem for the flower. And you do the same thing for Chip as well.
It helped Natalia fashion cosplay of a tennis ball in traditional Siberian fashion.
Sure, and as the face, you two are very. Oh, this is old hat for you. This is no problem. I'll have you both roll at advantage and see if one of you can really pull this off.
A 1.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll work out great. As much as can be done with 2 like monk cloaks draped in white, a single tourniquet belt, and a little bit of body paint, you give the spitting image of what Maria Sharapova would look like if she was a bear. Like, it's incredible.
I want to take a bit of the black paint and cover up my like white spots.
You're slowly becoming a black bear.
Hey guys, look, I'm a black bear. Rawr!
That's very good. Very good.
Okay. So Natalia is Maria Sharapova. Anybody else besides Natalia entering into the cosplay contest?
The people who dressed up as flowers, I'm assuming.
I'm a black bear.
Okay.
Pretty flowers.
Okay, so we have 3 entrants. Anybody else entering this cosplay contest?
Better stay in crowd.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we should plan what we're gonna do while the cosplay contest is going
We
on.
have communication.
So somebody's gotta get backstage, right?
Yeah. Who has the card key?
That'd be me.
All right, then you're the sneaky one.
All right. So the 3 of you get in line between Natalia, Chip, and Stinky. You all get in line. Everybody is like, "Oh, hey, great costumes, guys!" And oh, look at the little one. Look, you painted little flowers on. Oh, that's so nice. And it even smelled nice. Oh, that's kind of nice. Wow. You're really committed. And like they go up to Natalia, and Chip is like, You started them young. That's fun. That's really fun.
I nod.
And so all 3 of you, like a very kind of odd family, kind of line up together, and the cosplay parade begins as there are two like large security guards, like, all right, out of the way, cosplay coming through. As the parade's about to start, by the way.
I don't remember when I had a kid, but I guess that's all right.
Dark Raiden donated $50. Attention, Dark Raiden donated $50 saying, company cube full of, or companion cube full of explosives. Because companion cube is a lie. Thank you.
So, King Andre, you discover inside of your burlap sack as you're watching them kind of walk by a portal TM companion cube, but with a hatch on the top. And as you open it up, it's filled with sticks of dynamite. Just like an entire carrying case of dynamite disguised as a companion cube.
Well.
Thank you for your $50 donation. Just now you have that, so that's fun. So I will say, so you guys start kind of marching along. There are about maybe 15 other people in the cosplay contest with you, waving at kids and stuff like that. Everybody's really excited about it.
I try to juggle tennis balls.
Okay, I will say that would be definitely a face trait as well. Go ahead and roll twice. And since you pulled off the previous one, let's say your criminal is now at 4.
Oh, that was criminal, the last one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
I get what you call snake eyes.
Ooh. If someone gave you 7 more tennis balls, you wouldn't have blinked. You are actually like so out of, or so beyond just juggling these 3 tennis balls. You can keep an eye on everything else while you're doing it, and everybody else is amazed by it.
I am the best, Maria Berapova.
And everybody
Boris
noticed.
Has never been prouder.
What's that?
Boris has never been prouder.
Heck yeah. All right, so as you are juggling your way across, you start actually making your way into the set of doors or below the main stage there, and you start working through the 4 main booths, what appears to be in this large convention center. While the 3 costumed friends are going in, what are the other 3 doing?
I think Boris is going to take a look at the H&E.
Okay, absolutely. So you guys are following in?
I assume so.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Anybody not following them?
I'm gonna try to follow in and get a seat right up close to the main stage near that door to what I assume is an artist's alley type deal.
Yeah, sure. So as you mosey on quickly up to the towards the main stage, close to the artist alley, as you know, anytime there's a big event happening, you got to sprint up there to get those seats. So you're right up the front there. There's a few kind of elderly people who kind of grumble as you push past them to get to your seat, and you're now seated up in front. Meanwhile, Boris, you're going to go towards the H&E there.
Yeah, taking a look around, see what else we can distinguish. While they're doing their thing.
Sure. So you can see in the far side of this room, there's a very large stage, relative to the rest of the room at least, with like some nice pipe and drape. So there's like this black curtain below the stage that presumably is just covering up a bunch of scaffolding. Some stairs on either side so people can get up and down it. A bunch of seats, just folding chairs, kind of situated in front of it. And then you have a long table on the side with a bunch of kind of elderly-looking folks who are just kind of whispering to each other with jars of honey. You presume that to be the judges' table. And then you see these 4 kind of large sort of spaces that are set out presumably for the upcoming kind of honey finals, right? Actually, you saw this, King Andre, as you looked through your pamphlet. There are 4 finalists in the honey competition, and they're here to compete and show off their best stuff to the judges. And the one that you walk up to is called Honey, or HNE for short. You see...
honey. He struggles to pronounce it.
Oh, sir, yeah, and a guy with a very well manicured or like well presented man bun and bushy beard and a red and black checker shirt walks up to you. Oh, always happy to have a fan. Welcome. Hope you have been having a great time here at the convention so far. Have you heard of honey before?
Boris nods.
Oh, okay, awesome. So you know that, me. My name's Ezekiel, by the way. My partner Aiden is over there. We just actually flew in from Silicon Valley today. Got to keep the old honey business running. We got to make sure that blockchain's producing the exact paths and lines for all those honeybees to get where they need to go. And you actually look inside, and it is a pretty minimalist sort of space. Almost like an Apple lounge, back when those were still a thing, with jars of like classic mason jars filled with a blue gooey substance. And they're like, yeah, this is our famous, as you know, our famous blue honey, only formed through the most fabulous AI algorithms you could possibly imagine, to bring this to you here today. Have you tried some yet?
It's blockchain honey.
Boris licks his lips hungrily.
Sure, yeah. And he goes and grabs a spoon and opens up one of the jars and gives it to you, or gives you the spoon now covered in honey to you, so you can try it out.
Boris takes a big bite.
You bite the spoon.
A lick.
Oh, okay.
A bite of the spoon. Yes, a bite of the spoon. That's very bear-like, I'd say.
Yeah, you take a lick of the spoon, and you're a little concerned at first because that's not the honey. That should not be the color that honey is, but it is sweet. Like, it has this really distinct texture to it that you weren't expecting, but you are kind of a fan of. It's kind of growing on you the more licks that you take of it, and there's a reason why they're here. Like, they seem like a couple of yuppies, but they know their stuff. And it's not the best honey you've ever had, but it is pretty darn close.
Boris growls of approval like a mmm.
Yeah, it's the kind of sound we like to hear, usually followed by words. But I hope you vote for us in this competition, and you have a good rest of your day, unless you have any questions.
Boris nods and licks his lips happily. Walks away.
As we're getting paraded through, is it the middle of all these stalls and whatever?
Yep. So you're going straight down that corridor between the four stalls there.
I just want to try and make a quick transaction, trade my $5 for whatever honey I can get at any of these stalls. As I'm walking.
Do you want to go for that blue honey, or are you seeing anything else that you're a fan of?
Just any like normal honey, like probably Joe's Discount Liquor and Honey.
So you see in Joe's Discount Liquor and Honey, as you saw on the map, what is effectively some really kind of ratty looking metal shelving units with a bunch of liquor on them. Like, you're kind of confused as to why it's here. But then you see...
Is there vodka?
There's actually quite a few different brands of vodka in there. And as he sees you kind of approach, he's like, hey, welcome to Joe's with Discount Liquor and Honey. How you doing today, sir? Can I interest you in some fine bottles of whiskey? Any
I just hold out the $5 and I do a hurry up kind of.
Oh, absolutely, sir. But $5. Oh, you're here for Henry. Henry! And out pops behind like a wooden table, a kid maybe like 19, maybe 20, who is earnest, like just the kind of scared, but a little nervous, but kind of excited about things. Brings up a jar of honey. It looks like it was jarred in like a thing that was used for marinara before. And he's like, here, yeah, here you go. I'll take thank you for you can get them for free, but I'll take the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Be sure to check out Henry's Honey. Also Joe's Discount Liquor. And Joe's Discount Liquor. Yes, Dad. You can check him out anytime, okay? And be sure to vote for us. And he goes back and sits down.
I give him a little thumbs up as I continue down the parade.
You're showing me up, kid. As you walk away. He's like, I'm sorry, Dad, but people are here for the honey. It's the honey economy. Fine. And he sits back down, kind of dejected, but looking at you intently, like, I hope he likes my honey. Anybody else doing anything as the parade continues to kind of go through?
As we're walking through, on the HoneyCon souvenirs, do they have any not complimentary, but like match, but basically anything to light anything on fire?
Oh.
As the brains, I want you to go ahead and roll with advantage for me. What could be used to start a fire?
3.
Okay, yeah. You don't see like any obvious lighters or anything in there. HoneyCon doesn't want people lighting stuff up during the convention. Yeah. They do, however, have a set of HoneyCon 2018 rocks that you can purchase. It's just a bag of rocks. It's not selling very well, but they also have, and this is of course you use these to make sure that your hives are in proper working order. They actually have HoneyCon branded filers, like metal filing. And you think maybe between these two things you could probably cause a few sparks.
All right. I'll walk up and buy those things with the HoneyCon cash or whatever.
Sure, that'll cost you. That'll be 20 HoneyCon bucks, sir. And you hand over 50 because you don't know what money is. And he's like, "Oh, thank you, sir." And you get your bag of rocks and a file.
All right.
Anybody else going to be?
I head into the
All right.
cosplay contest.
Do I, while walking down the corridor, do I see any like dead bees on the ground somewhere?
Dead bees. Not in this part.
Or alive bees?
So you hear some buzz, like as you enter that space, you actually, the convention, or the hall that you're in looks like it's split in half by like a temporary wall. On the other side, you do hear a faint buzzing, but you don't see any bees as of yet.
While chipped by honey, can I try to swipe a bottle of vodka?
Sure, go ahead and just roll a single criminal.
6.
You try to swipe it and you knock it off the shelf and it explodes. And Joe of Joe's Discount Liquor's like, "Hey!
That's supposed to be my job.
You break it, you buy it, Buster!" "Oh, I'm sorry, Maria Sharapova. I'm so sorry. How you doing today? Oh, glad to meet you. I'm Joe's Discount Liquor and honey. You know what? Don't worry about it, ma'am. I can take care of this."
I point to the vodka symbol on my dress.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan. Tell you what, how about just between you and me? After the convention, if you could just give me like a little spot, like a little 30-second soundbite, just saying how much you love Joe's Discount Liquor. Let's call it even, huh? How about that?
I offer tennis ball.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right, good. Pleasure doing business with you. And he accepts the.
I stick out my paw.
He accepts both the tennis ball and shakes your paw, and goes to it's like, actually no, I was gonna say he goes to clean it up. He says, "Henry, clean up aisle 3." It's like, "Yes, Dad."
Poor Henry.
How much honeycon bucks do I have? 250.
You had 250. You gave 50 by accident to the to the souvenir stand. You're now down to 200.
All right, I buy a thing of vodka.
Yeah, I guess I could take some of those. Exchange rates and whatnot. It'll cost you 100 honeycon bucks.
All right.
And you do kind of get a better feel for this, so you do give 100 honeycon bucks and trade it in for a pretty large bottle of cheap vodka.
Sick.
All right.
I know approvingly.
I think Boris wants to check in on everyone. Everyone off doing own adventure, a learning thing. He say into his walk and talk. He say, "My friends, what is your status?"
I chime in. I'm up here by the stage. I think there's another way into the back.
Very good. King Kangaroo, what's going on?
I have a bomb. Anything to light it? And vodka.
That is very concerning, but it sounds like good cocktail from where I'm from. Yes. Natalia, what have you learned?
I have learned I am very sexy.
Yes, we know this. Very good. Inky, what are you working on?
I'm pretty flower.
Very good, very good. And Chip, how was the banana? It sits well in stomach?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I got me some honey. I might try a banana dipped in honey here after a bit.
Very well.
I'm going to assume you do that at some point. I'm going to take bananas off the list.
All right.
So the plan so far is we get these cosplay contests underway, yes?
Yeah, and so most of the folks in the costumes are actually already at the staging area towards the north, and they're about to start parading onto the stage. And a crowd has actually gathered as the parade has been going on, and now the seats are mostly filled, and they're cheering people on as everybody starts to enter the stage. And there's a guy in like a big purple bow tie. And it's like, "Welcome to the cosplay contest at HoneyCon 2018. And here's all of our fabulous contestants." As they walk up and everybody's cheering and applauding. And Everybody kind of gets one by one a chance to kind of do a little pose or something like that. I'm going to say the order that we have here right now is Stinky, followed by Maria Barapova, followed by Chip, the recent black bear.
Boris heads to the worst judges table to get pretty close, like kind of like a little like below on the map, like kind of so we can kind of see the back of them, but keep an eye on them.
Sure, yeah, so you're just kind of hanging out. The judges don't pay you too much mind. They're just focused on their own craft because they're still deliberating over, like, well, but the mouthfeel about honey's, it's good, but it's not the right color, you know? We're traditional. And you just kind of hear them just talking bee nerd stuff. And yeah, they're just kind of in hushed whispers about it. It's like, Darian wouldn't like this. And then, meanwhile, the three of you kind of enter onto the stage. And I'll say each of you get one kind of shot in the spotlight to show off. And I'll start off with you, Stinky.
Okay, I try to do a handstand.
You try to do a handstand? Okay. Go ahead and roll a bear check for me.
Is it 3?
Okay, yeah. I think you failed your last crime check, right?
I had it back at 3 and 3.
Okay.
I was
so you're good.
track
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
So, you pull off a solid handstand, and everyone's like, ooh, upside down flowers. And they clap politely. Like, oh, what a cute little kid. And they usher you to step away. Next week.
While everyone's distracted by the cosplay competition, I'm going to try to sneak through that door and try to make my way towards the VIP lounge.
So which door is it to the... Oh, yeah, that's right, because you sat right in between, or like right at the edge of that middle wall there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that door is actually open. You can actually just go straight through it. And now you are away from the main stage, and you're like on the other side. And as you may have mentioned before, there are various smaller booths here, usually kind of mostly beekeeping enthusiast stuff. So like small little mom and pop companies trying to show off their wares and things like the incredible bee fogger. It fogs all the bees for you, and it's like just a bunch of wires that just kind of connect to various different machines. There are a lot of different beautiful, sometimes kind of haphazard looking items. And one place that offers like foot massagers, there always seems to be at least one place with foot massagers. And for some reason they keep showing up. But yeah, you step over towards the VIP lounge. You can see it has this big velvet rope in front of it. It looks like some pretty hoity-toity, well-to-do beekeepers are hanging out inside of there. And there is a door that's marked staff only inside the VIP lounge. And I should say the lounge is more just like a roped off area. It's not really like a room, if you will.
I want to flash the ID badge to try to get my way through and into the staff only area.
Sure, yeah. They're a little bit curious as to why you're wearing. It's like, hey, you aren't fraternizing with the enemy, are you? As you walk up with the Council of Apis outfit that you have on right now. But he's like, I'm just kidding. Yeah, come on in. And they let you actually into the door into the maintenance hallway.
All right. I'm gonna real quick grab the walkie-talkie and be like, I've made it to the back. I'm going to scout and see if I can find the score.
Gotta
and
find
then we
that.
need to get out of here.
Manuk? Is that right?
Fourth Chaos Emerald.
That's very good, Comrade Sunbeard. But I noticed they were giving you a strange look. They said something about robes. What did they say about robe we wear?
I think the people in the robes might be working against the people running the business.
They say Council of Apis are they are one of the 4 contenders. So why they give trouble? I don't understand.
And it should be mentioned, as you walked through, in the Council of Apis area that you saw, you actually did see a bunch of the people wearing those same white robes that you guys were wearing. Just kind of conversing with people as they walk by. Pretty pleasant folks, but kind of really keep to themselves, and people are a little spooked by them. And every time someone would leave their space, they go, Kojitan Tapis, brother. Kojitan Tapis, brother. And they would keep saying it over and over again as people would walk up and or through 2 and 4.
I am very, very concerned with Team. Perhaps by wearing robe, we are in too deep into something we do not understand. Please be wary about that.
And just to fill it out, by the way, Be Good Honey Corporation, it's the same company who makes like the honey in a bear little bottle that you find at the grocery store. They actually sponsor the entire convention. It's like Miller Coors like running a craft beer competition. They're just kind of there. They know they're the best, but they're letting other people in. Anyway, so yeah, you're in the maintenance area. Yeah, you actually, as you guys passed by the Council of Epis, they said that same thing back to you again. Cogitant Epis, brother. And expected you to say it back, but you were in a hurry, and they're like, whatever. One thing I do want to say before we continue again, sorry. We have a 10-10 donation. I'll do this quick. From Brother Aaron saying, let's get some knowledge. Do we have any wise words as we get into this next section here?
The days that make us happy make us wise.
Thank you very much, Brother On, for your 10-10. Meanwhile, it is now your turn, Natalia, up on the stage. What do you do with now 2 tennis balls and an immaculate Maria Berapova costume?
I do very fancy dance with the 2 tennis balls and bounce them around.
Okay.
And be a beautiful Maria Berapova.
I'll have you roll face again, which I think you're currently at 4 for that.
No, I failed last one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you get to roll twice.
I have 3 and 2.
Okay, yeah, both of those succeed. So yeah, you have walked so many runways throughout the world: Milan, Paris, San Francisco, Kentucky, and of course your mother homeland of Siberia. And this is nothing to you. You show off your talent, you show off your figure. You've got them all entranced. And they usher with a big hoot and holler. They usher you off stage. Meanwhile, let's see here. King Andre, what are you doing at this moment?
I'm watching the cosplay contest.
Cool. Then I will
keeping an eye on everything through the walkie-talkies, but also
sure
sitting back probably.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and finish our third contestant in the cosplay contest. Chip, you walk up, and there's black paint dripping off of your body as you approach. You also have those same kind of flowers emblazoned on your head. And while it was really cute on a child, it's kind of confusing and just a little bit terrifying as you kind of walk up as this. Not quite sure what's going on.
I clap when he walks up and be like.
There is at least one person clapping in the audience for you.
I go up there, and I do some like very unconvincing black bear thing. Like, oh, look at me, I'm a black bear.
So you just kind of roar in what you expect like a non-panda to roar like. Why don't you go ahead and just roll a single bear for me?
All right. 3.
Turns out bears are mostly just bears. So yeah, you do act well enough as a bear that people are like, first try, I guess. And they clap politely and you walk off.
So my bear goes up?
Yep.
Is that right? So yeah, it goes. Yeah. And then my criminal goes down?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. As the judges, meanwhile, the judges' table is split in half. Half is for the honey competition, the other half's for the cosplay contest. And they're starting to talk. You actually start hearing Boris about them talking about some of your friends, but also some of the other contestants. Like, oh man, but that bear with the animatronic claws that kind of extended out in and out, that was really cool, wasn't it? And they're like, yeah, that was really awesome. And they're talking in hushed tones. Is there anything you want to do?
Boris listens in very close to see what did they say about his comrades.
Yeah, I mean, the kid was really cute. Got some, good looks from the audience. Maybe we could give like a participant prize to that one. The black bears, they tried. But Maria, my goodness, did you see that? That was really good. I don't know if it was better than the animatronic one though, but I mean, it's really, really solid. And they just kind of keep chatting about that for a bit.
Do they have like notes on their table or anything?
Yeah, they definitely have notes marked about each person that came up and just kind of physical characteristics and little notes like, oh my goodness, so talented, so what a pose kind of thing.
Boris, make it look like accident, and mixes up scores. Make them fall. Clumsy bear. Yes, clumsy bear. Make them switch and fall, and they all the papers go.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that as the face you can pull that off well enough, like in terms of the mix-up.
Well, I'm scared. Boris is feeling very greedy as his criminal is up to 5, and his bear is down to 1. So he's trying to do something a bit more clumsy to tap into that.
So you're doing this as
instinct.
just a bear, like you kind of fell on the table and you just kind of knocked it around.
Yes, a bear flop. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and roll bear for me then?
Too much honey. Yes. I did get a 1.
Okay, yeah. No, you flop the heck out of that table. It actually like breaks in half as you kind of lean your bear weight into it, and they're like, "Oh, jeez, are you all right, sir? Are you okay? God, I didn't realize this table was so weak. I'm so sorry. Do you need help up?" And they're trying to scramble to get the papers. They did have like scores kind of like paper clipped onto each of the pages that they were writing descriptors on, and they are all kinds of mixed up. Sir, did you need any help? Do I need to call like the medics or anything like that?
Just groan.
I'll take that as a maybe. Sir, are you, can you respond? I need to make sure you don't have a concussion.
He stands up as best as he can.
Okay.
Stands up.
Okay. Just be more careful where you go. Okay, man.
It tips his hat.
All right. You have a great day. Clean this up. And as you walk away, they are scrambling to put everything together. You have no idea what score is on what nowadays, but they are efficiently mixed up. And before they have a chance to untangle them, the host actually grabs the papers out of their hands and walks up to the stage again.
I say in my walkie-talkie, it looked like there was very convincing competition. Now we leave it to chance. Yes, Russian roulette, as we say.
Fair enough. Meanwhile, as he's about to call this up, Captain Sunbeard, is there anything else that you want to be doing in the meantime? You're in a maintenance hallway. It's pretty dark in there. There's a lot of like wooden boxes and crates everywhere. It looks like that's where they store a lot of the stuff, along with like extra furniture for the conventions. And then there's like a couple doors there. There's one really wide one where it looks like trucks might pull up, and then a smaller one that says like authorized personnel only. And there's like a scanner as well as like a push bar on the door that has a little light on it. And it says alarm will sound if on the door there.
I'm gonna go up to that the authorized personnel door and try to use my my badge.
Yeah.
See if I can make my way in.
You scan your badge, and after a little click, the light on the door turns off, and it seems like the door is now unlocked.
All right, I'm going on in, and I'm gonna try to see if I can sniff around for that special honey.
All right. As you're sniffing around, we're going to go ahead and go back to unless there's anybody else that wants to do anything in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and announce the cosplay results.
When Boris knocked over the things, I was going to start walking out and head towards the restroom in the south.
Okay, yeah. So you're going kind of towards the southwest. You're going past the Honeycon souvenirs again. Is there anywhere in particular you're going?
Just the restroom.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm literally going to the restroom.
You walk into the closest door, which is the gender neutral room, and you just kind of walk in, and it's a bathroom.
Yep. That's it.
All right, got it. So yeah, one of our bears is in the bathroom. One of them's in the mysterious door. 3 are on stage, about to be announced, and Boris, you're just kind of wandering off a bit.
Yeah, walk in, just kind of keeping an eye on the stage, waiting to hear the results. Sure.
All right. Okay. Well, first off, let's get all the contestants back on the stage. Give them a round of applause, folks. Give them a round of applause. Yeah. This is such good work this year. I'm always impressed every year, and every year they seem to always outdo themselves. I'm looking at you, Steve. Steve, you nailed it this year. You really did. But thankfully, even though Steve and I are best friends, I don't actually do the judging, of course. That would be improper. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our papers here. And he's like looking through, and the papers are really kind of stuffy and like crumpled, and it just doesn't look like a good big pile right now. He's like, in third place we have Maria Barapova, and so one of the security guards ushers you over to the front of the stage, where the guy is like hand outstretched with a microphone in one hand and his hand reached out towards you as everybody's applauding, and you come up. He's like, a magnificent costume, especially for a newcomer to our humble HoneyCon. Do you have any words to say before I give you your prize? And he holds the microphone out to you.
I just bet my eyelashes and pose.
Oh, what a looker, am I right? She's a bear. Anyway, here you go. Third place for our HoneyCon is, of course, 50 HoneyCon buckaroos right there for you, plus a VIP pass to the VIP lounge. And he hands you a little paperclip set of a little VIP lounge pass that says admit 1 for VIP lounge plus guest, as well as 50 HoneyCon dollars. And then the security guard kind of ushers you off, and you head back towards the staging area. In second place, we have Steve. And he's bewildered because he's surprised that Steve has not won this competition. And Steve walks up, clearly annoyed, in this large, like 10-foot tall animatronic bear costume. And he's like, wonderful job this year, Steve. It really looks fantastic. I can't believe you got the subwoofer in there to really get the roars going. He's like, yeah, thanks. Well, here you go. Your prize is a VIP lounge pass and 100 HoneyCon dollars. Here you go. And he hands them off to Steve, and he's like, I'm sorry. And they kind of give each other mean looks as he walks off stage. And in first, we have the baby? And he looks to you, Stinky, having now won this cosplay contest. The judges over on the table that is now shattered are so bewildered looking, they give up and they just kind of walk away. And he's like, come on down, baby. And you just kind of totter up on stage. It's like, here you go, wherever your parents are. First prize, 200 HoneyCon dollars, VIP pass for you and your whole family, and a jar of honey from all 4 of our finalists this year. And he gives you like a large shopping bag full of various different types of honey, as well as 200 HoneyCon dollars and a bunch of VIP passes. That'll do it here, folks. Thank you very much for joining us for another session of cosplay, or the cosplay contest at HoneyCon 2018. We hope to see you at 2019. And he walks off stage. Everybody kind of starts leaving the crowd.
Very good job. Very good job, comrades. It appears we've secured ways to VIP room, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. And I start handing out the VIP tickets to the people who are here.
Yeah, and with that too, so you each have a VIP pass now that you can get into the VIP lounge, no problem. VIP lounge, by the way, surprisingly not very guarded. Interior. People are looking out to make sure that nobody gets in the VIP lounge. Nobody's really paying attention to that door inside of there. But you also have now jars of honey. Now, here's one little mechanic we haven't hit, which we only have 30 minutes left in the segment, so whoops. But if you need to reset one of your stats, if you need to, for example, get more bear and less criminal, you can eat some honey, in which case you can swap 1 bear point back in exchange for 1 lost criminal stat. And if you need more crime and less bear, you can just remember to do like a film noir flashback to one of your previous heists that you pulled off. And you can get your a point back in criminal and away from bear. So, all of you have your VIP badges. Meanwhile, Captain Sunbeard, you are walking down this staircase. It is a couple of flights of stairs that actually go deeper and deeper, presumably into the basement of the convention center. You're surprised that it's been this many stairs, but you keep walking down. It is eerily silent. And as you eventually make your way down to there's only one other floor. You make your way kind of towards the door, and you see a lone security guard standing in a hallway with about 3 different doors in it. He's standing in front of the center one, just kind of keeping an eye on things. There is nowhere to hide.
Well, I'm just gonna have to go in and take him out.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Meanwhile, the rest of you are currently, I guess, making your way towards the VIP lounge. Does that make sense?
Yes, they're gathering towards VIP lounge
Yeah.
where Boris will go.
Sure.
And when I come across the beekeeping corner, I try and take some bees.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a crime check for me.
It's a 2.
Okay, yeah. No, beekeeping corner is deemed and actually this was in the pamphlet that that King Andre read. It's been officially labeled by the state of North Carolina to be the most dangerous location or the dangerous section of a convention in human history. It's actually a famous it's a famous icon of this convention. And essentially it's if you've ever been to like a museum with like a butterfly exhibit, it's kind of set up like that, where there's like 2 airlocks on either side, and then the room is just filled to the brim with bees. But there are also some bee vendors just outside that space with jars of bees. They just have little holes in the top of the bee jars, and they're just kind of selling them, about like people are handing them money left and right, and they're like, here you go, some high quality bees, have some fun. And like the security guards nearby, by the way, hate this detail. They're like, why is this allowed? So
Okay.
yeah, you actually roll up, just quietly steal a jar of bees. Ain't nobody gonna stop a baby. Come on. And so you grab that jar of bees and you hike it into your sack. You got it.
I take one of the bees out. I dip it into some honey
but,
that I got,
but
and I eat it.
real quick, like though, you open the jar of bees. How do you get one bee out? Is what I'm asking.
It's actually pretty easy.
Okay, all right.
Just
This is one of
FYI,
those
it's
points
actually
at which
pretty
I know
easy.
nothing about bees, and the beekeeper expert actually knows things. So I'll say only because you know bees, yeah, you're able to pluck one of those bees out and close it back up. The guards scream at the sight of this, but then they realize you grab one bee, tuck it into some honey, and then eat it. Like, just don't do it again, all right?
And that's to get a bear point back.
It's at that point that I dip my banana in some honey and eat it. Again,
Sure thing.
full on peel everything.
In Artist Alley, I would like to see if there is 11 by 17 of Maria Berapova.
You take a look around through the aisles. You find a few different artists who are doing commissions. They don't have any Maria Barakova yet, but there are some like excited now fans of yours who are running up to like, please, $50, just start drawing, okay? I'll describe it to you. So it looks like if you wait long enough, it'll happen, but they haven't started yet. They weren't aware of your presence until the cosplay contest started.
I see.
Natalia, the convention is coming to a close. Hurry, get over your conceited nature, share your honey with your fellow bears, and let's hurry on and get on with this
All right.
heist.
And I actually will say, you actually hear over the loudspeakers.
Attention! HoneyCon 2018 will be coming to a close in 30 minutes. HoneyCon 2018 will be coming to close in 30 minutes. Please wrap up any purchases and be sure to line back up into the main stage area for the finals for the Honey of the Year competition. Thank you.
So Boris is in VIP lounge.
Okay, so Boris is in the VIP lounge. Anybody else join him?
Yeah.
I will go.
I'm in there too.
Okay, so
Where is King of Fancy Clothes, he say?
yeah, that's right.
I'm in the toilet.
King Andre is in the restrooms. Any plans there?
I mean, full disclosure, Captain Sunbeard sounded like he was going in the back. I'm gonna set the bomb in the toilet
Oh no!
so we have distraction. Once he says that he's got it.
Okay, yeah. So you set that companion cube filled with TNT, or sticks of dynamite down on the. Or is it just like in a toilet? Is it? What are you gonna? How are you gonna set this up?
Yeah, basically. Like, I've got the stuff to light it. I'm waiting for him to say, I got it. And I'm going to be like, I'm setting the bomb.
Which, by the way, they do not know you have this bomb unless you've told them specifically.
Where is this king? What he doing? What he think he doing?
Let's
Well,
ask
wait, didn't
King Andre. What doing?
I'm setting up a distraction.
Oh, distraction.
Day.
That might come in handy once we get what we're looking for.
Waiting to hear word from Captain Sunbeard, and I'll have a distraction for us to escape.
Where is the captain? He think he can go off on his own to take out guards?
He is, apparently.
And so you hear this chatter over your radio, Captain Sunbeard. We'll get to you in just a second. I also say, Natalia, as you walk away from that stand that you saw, your fans now notice, and they're trying to catch you as you walk towards the VIP lounge. Do you give them anything?
Also, I had vodka.
You also have the vodka.
I give sexy pose.
They ask to take that cosplay hover hand selfies with you.
Oh no, not the hover hand.
I shake my head and too shy.
Okay. I'm sorry. We really love your work. It's incredible. Thank you so much for entering the cosplay contest this year. Thank you.
I blow kiss.
And he faints. The girl next to him then was also then received the kisses, and she faints as well. Seems he still got it, Natalia.
You don't lose sexy. You just get better with age.
Do you head towards the VIP lounge?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, all right, let's head back to the meat of the matter. So, Captain Sunbeard, you are so there is a door separating the stairwell between you and the guard, and then the hallway is there with a guard just standing there. Kind of looked like a kind of grizzled older guy, just keeping an eye on things.
Oh, so there's two guards now.
No,
Oh,
sorry, it's just the one guard. It's just the one guy, but he's standing directly in front of this very important looking door. The rest of them just kind of look like wooden doors with locks on them.
All right. I'm gonna swipe my badge and just rush the guard and try to take him out before he can say anything.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a bear check for me.
Okay. A 1.
A 1?
Yes.
Okay. So let me give you a little bit of detail about our dear Fred Robbins. He is the he is the guard that is in this hallway. He has been on the convention security team for the past 30 years. He has a loving wife and kids back at home. The kids have actually since graduated college and they're living on their own. So, he's kind of towards the end of his career. In fact, in the security room, you didn't see it, but there was a cake that said "Happy Retirement, Fred."
Oh no!
And as you so you are, so a little bit of background: a sun bear is not a huge bear, but it is still a bear. And as you come charging at this man who just looks in your direction, he says, yeah, no. He just drops everything that he's holding and he just walks into one of the doors nearby and closes it, and you never see him again.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad he gets to see his retirement.
Gonna end this man's whole career.
He left his radio, his badge, and a convention map, actually. As you get up to the door, I presume you stop at the door and don't proceed to try to murder this poor man.
No, he's good now.
Okay.
He's seen too much.
So you pull up to this door and it says authorized personnel only in blazing red. And instead, there are actually two little components next to the door. The door is very much locked. If you try to jiggle it, nothing happens. There is a number pad, and there is a one of the card scanners again there.
I want to chatter over the radio. Comrade Sunbeard, what is your status?
I've taken care of the security down here, but there's a code on the door.
It sounds like you'll need a good hacker for a code.
That's me. I'll come over.
Okay, so
And
so you guys are presently in the VIP lounge. Do you want to try to make your way? Actually, you have no idea where he went. You saw him kind of saunter away
Yeah.
from the main stage, but past that, you have no idea.
I'm in the VIP lounge. Where are you?
I'm not too far from you. You go through the door in the back of the lounge, down the hall. It's the last door on the left.
Okay,
I may need to let you in. I think it's authorized only.
Okay, so Stinky just kind of waits for a moment where nobody seems to be looking and walks in through the door into the maintenance hallway. Nobody seems to notice. Does anybody follow?
Natalia, do we stay here and just be fabulous, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
go ahead and follow.
So you're going to distract. Chip is going to follow in, and King Andre is still hanging out in the bathroom. Got it. There's a sanitation worker's like, sir, sir, are you okay? Sir, we'll check back later, but let us know if you need anything. All right. All right. So, So then, Captain Sunbeard, do you walk back up the stairs and open the door for dear old Stinky?
Yeah, Stinky and company.
Okay. As Chip and Stinky work their way down the stairs, I'll remind folks at home, we are coming down to our last 20 minutes in our segment here. If you do want to try to help these bears or harm these bears, keep in mind you guys have been very helpful so far. There are actually items that you can, of course, use to cause some havoc as well. Be sure to donate. You can see the incentives on the left side there. Feel free to donate with whatever you want there. $50, you get to choose the item that you get to throw in. $30, it's a random item from my list of random things to give. It's up to you. All right. Anyway, coming down the stairs, you have now these two bears and a skunk now working their way down. You check to see if the coast is clear. It still is. Fred is gone. He has decided that he's going to wait till the end of his shift in that closet for the rest of his time. You come up to the door once again, the three of you together, and you see again the hand scanner, and you also the card scanner, but you also see this number pad, and the number pad has, it looks like nine little lines just above it.
Okay, I try and hack the number pad.
What do you do?
Hack
So
it.
I hack it.
With what?
So there's nine
still have the
lines
phone.
above it?
Yep. So there are numbers on it. They're the lines above. They're the numbers. There are screws on the number pad as well. It seems to be holding it together. No other obvious screen or any other way to otherwise interface with it. But there are kind of the usual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like star, 0, and then a pound symbol.
Does anyone have Oh, I open up one of my jars of honey and I just empty it on the tracker pad.
Go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna, because this is not the first time you've tried this and been successful at it. As your stored hack your past
Hacking.
you go ahead and roll for hacking. So you get to roll twice for your crime stat.
It's a 3.
Okay, yeah. You know exactly that this is an old model of a numpad. You're used to this. You notice that there is a little spot on the top for manual reset situations, where if someone needs to gain access to the interior of the panel, you can kind of put a little tool in there, and it kind of pops the whole thing off the wall. You pour the honey directly into it, and you just see a shower of sparks come out of the top, like a sparkler, like one of those little fountain sparklers on the 4th of July. And
This is Unix. I know this.
And there's a little red light that was on it. It goes beep beep. Goes quiet for a second. A little bit of smoke goes up over the top. And then a green light turns on.
It's a old model. It's easy.
I run my card and we go.
Okay, yeah. So you manage to get through the door, and inside of the room there is, and this is going to sound a little dramatic, but there is a table in the center of a very large room. There's a single drop light from the top of the ceiling directly on this table, which contains a singular briefcase. There's no other light in the room, and the door, as you open it, it's actually as soon as you scan your hand badge and you get you do the hacking as your expert hacker did, the door opens automatically. And as do all three of you shuffle in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the three of you go in, the door closes behind you. The briefcase is sitting in the center of the table. There's nothing else seemingly in the room other than that single light bulb and the briefcase.
I'm gonna give this the old smell check and see if that honey is in there.
Yeah, as a
before
honey,
I get any
as a
closer.
sun bear, you are the ultimate checker of these things. So go ahead.
All
Now, be a
right.
bear check. You get to roll twice.
4.
Okay. Although you are really good at finding pretty much any type of honey, this stuff is the pure stuff. This is the good. This is like the good, right? And you just haven't your palate or your palate for this is pretty good, but it's just not good enough to really get a good whiff of this. You smell honey in the room. You just don't know if it's the honey or not.
I let the bees loose.
Okay.
Oh no!
And watch where they will find the honey.
You open up the jar of bees. The bees start flying around the room. They do kind of tend to gravitate towards the briefcase. Maybe it means something. One of them stings Chip.
Good.
Ow!
Oh no! Poor Chip.
Dang darn it!
Boris is concerned of radio silence for so long. You three, the child, the other one, and the captain. What do you see?
We found the honey. We just
Are you
need to
sure
grab it.
it's the honey?
There's a briefcase with a light.
Well, grab it and go. We need to get a hurry. They're about to announce the honey winners.
All right, so I'll run up, grab the briefcase.
Okay. Yeah. So you run up. Just do me a favor. Do a quick criminal check for me. Just a single roll.
5.
Yeah. You grab that briefcase. You grab the heck out of the briefcase, and as you do, you hear a click, and you see a small plate on the center of the table raise up a little bit, and you hear just as what sounds to be a bit of gas now leaking into the room.
Overrated. It was a trap. I'm channeling Chip for a second.
Y'all still got that Febreze?
Out of here.
You guys if donors want to help these folks out, otherwise it sounds like they might be in a bit of trouble.
What is that hissing sound? Did the skunk have another accident?
Oh, good idea. Try and skunk the gas away from us.
Is that how skunk smell science works?
Maybe if it mixes with the gas, it won't hurt us.
Okay, I'll try.
Check to see if that neutralizes the gas.
I'm gonna say, just because I'm curious, I'm gonna have you roll for your bear stat, but you're gonna roll at disadvantage. So you're gonna take two rolls, and you're gonna pick the higher of the two.
And I'm even at a 1 for bear.
You're at a 1 for bear?
And I have a 4 and a 6.
Yeah, you try, and it just now really smells bad, and also like your face is going numb.
My boy.
Hold on.
We need some help. We're getting gassed out. I say on the intercom.
You know, I'm gonna re-roll that because that's a little less boring. Someone just donated $30, and I'll read their donation in a second. You rolled for a large pizza, and I'm like,
Large pizza.
Pineapple, apple,
Just what we need.
So you were like, oh, come on, Case. Oddly enough, as you're you're starting to lose feeling a little bit, Stinky, because you're the smallest, and it would the gas would kind of affect you first. You reach into your bag and you find a tablet set to donate.zeldathon.net on the screen. You're not quite sure what that address is, but you have technology now.
Okay, I try and hack into the mainframe to get the door to open.
Thank you, Mysterialize, for that donation there, $30. Go ahead and roll with advantage on a hack.
A 1 and a 4.
That'll do it. So yeah, you notice that it's connected to the Wi-Fi, which is, I mean, in the signal in this room, great. You connect to it and you find your way with no problem whatsoever. Their security system has been updated since like '97. You jump right in and you isolate the door. It's the only electrically locked door in the basement anyway. And you hit a button on your tablet just as you're about to pass out, and the door swings wide open. The gas is still flowing though.
I scoop up Stinky and we need to get out of here now.
I get on the radio. Everybody to the truck. We're good to go.
I set the bomb.
Say, King Andre, as any words of wisdom, as Hermione has requested, a 10-16 for a wisdom drop before you do.
The pleasure of what we enjoy is lost by wanting more.
Truer words never spoken. So everybody, so let's see here. Boris and Natalia, you hear that signal on the radio. What do you do?
Natalia, we must make exit without causing too much notice.
A fabulous exit.
Fabulous exit.
So you make your way through the door into the maintenance area, presumably to try to get back to that back area where the loading area is. And
yes. Oh, which way are we exiting? Are we exiting through front? Are we exiting through loading area to go around?
I think loading area was where we were going to get picked up.
So actually, as you go into the maintenance area, you see kind of a rotund man walking away from you towards the corner where the Honeycon logo is on the map there. And you see an empty semi truck pulled up to the loading dock. And the opening, or the back is open to you, and there's space on the inside, and presumably the truck is left alone.
We take that one.
I get into the driver's seat.
Okay, so Chip scrambles up and heads out the door. Just as you're heading out there to try to sprint over to the door, you hear you actually see the security guard in the booth playing, Hey, you're not allowed back here. Bear! And he starts calling people on the radio. We have an emergency. We have a 1047 again. A 1047. I repeat, a 1047. And he's trying to charge up to the truck. Meanwhile, Captain Sunbeard, what are you doing? You got Stinky in your hands, and the case in the other.
I throw Stinky and the case into the back of the truck.
Okay.
And I'm going to tackle the security guard.
Okay. Go ahead and roll bear for me.
All right. 1.
You tackle him, and as he goes to the ground, he hits his head on the pavement and gets knocked out. However, there are now reinforcements coming out of the back door, coming toward your location.
Be a good time
It's
for
like,
a distraction.
Hey, you can't do that. Oh, bear! And that's the moment that the bomb goes off. It rattles the entire convention center. Thankfully, everybody was already in the main stage area because they were super excited about the finals, that they were not within the blast. But the entire area around Lion Street, that restroom, and most of the food trucks down south there are now a crater. King Andre, did you do anything before that went off?
Yeah, I left.
Okay.
Like I basically set it and went towards where we were gonna get picked up.
Okay. So you were sprinting over, and you actually run into the guards who are running through the maintenance hall to try to get to the truck. And as they spot you, they hear the explosion go off, get rattled to the floor, and they look between you and the sound of the disturbance. The sound of the disturbance are like, come on, and they run off to go check out what happened. And yeah, with the exception of the there are actually still 2 guys outside who are trying to kind of deal with the situation with the truck, and the rest of the crew is looking.
Boris, take marbles out of bag.
Okay.
And throw them as trip hazard, you know?
So you throw your model figurines of black holes onto the ground, and
say, from Russia, cosmonaut program with love.
Okay. Go ahead and just do a good old crime check for me.
And I throw tennis ball.
Oh, now do it with advantage then.
Well, I had 2.
Oh, that's
which is
great. Yeah,
quite lovely.
They keep slipping and sliding, and it is like a terrible infomercial. They just can't seem to get their bearings. So you have about a full minute before they're going to be able to get going again.
Natalia, quick! I need honey. I feel the greed of crime getting to me. I need honey to stay grounded as bear.
I throw him honey.
I eat honey.
Honey.
Yeah, you can put a point back in the bear. All right. Meanwhile, Chip, you are now in the driver's seat of a very sophisticated-looking semi-trailer truck. What do you do?
At this point, I try and recall my all my years of experience in driving these automobiles. The one other time I did it, I'm gonna take my little flashback.
Yeah,
get me some.
Go ahead and give yourself one more point in criminal there.
And then are the keys in the truck?
The engine's purring.
The engine is purring.
Seemed like the driver was just gonna hit the bathroom real quick before coming back. Didn't think anybody.
I'm gonna wait for everybody to load up, and then I'm gonna take off.
All right. Everybody else seems to be in the truck. I presume Captain Sunbeard, you get off the ground and hop in the truck as well.
Yeah, and when I hop in, I take one of Stinky's jars that she won, and I say, "Sorry, friend, but I need it right now." And I just take a big old bit of honey.
So as you're in the trailer, you're just dumping on some honey there, which you literally also just ate an actual spoonful of honey. How was that?
Actually, not too bad. I was expecting to need honey a lot more, and no, it's pretty good.
For those who haven't seen, Inky and Kane Moogle have brought honey with them. Inky with actual honeycombs and just been chomping on them on occasion, which is nothing short of incredible. Anyway,
take a swig out of the vodka that he bought.
So you're in the back as well, along with Boris and Natalia, and you very obviously see King Andre, just kind of with a wild look in his eyes, trying to take a swig of vodka that he bought.
Yep, and then just hand it to whoever wants it.
Also, by the way, you are the only person who knew what happened with that large rumble.
Yep.
I just said I was setting and making a distraction.
King Kangaroo, did you leave mess in toilet, as they say?
It was explosive diarrhea.
Hey, that's a good joke.
And that's what starts our getaway.
It's funny right there, tell you what. With that, go ahead, and this is going to be the big roll. Since you are our driver, go ahead and go for 2 rolls on crime.
I got a 2 and a 4. 2 will do her. I got a 3 criminal.
Cancel the train now.
That was a this is a $90.90 donation from MJ Evans, who said, "I've been waiting to tip this for the truck." So I'm gonna say that inside of Captain Sunbeard's hat or sack, you find a can of nitrous. Just some good old nos. Because you have a truck, but now you have some extra speed if you need it. Assuming that's how diesel trucks work. I know nothing about cars or honey.
I believe they call it a diesel truck here.
All right. Well, with that,
Hey, Chip, I found something that'll put wind in our sails. And
All right, whatever you say, hook it
slap
up.
it on there, I guess, and let's go.
you slap it on and you just completely randomly, you just kind of knock it against the truck, and it happens to find its way into the fuel tank, which is, I also presume, how you use nitrous. I have no idea. You put that truck into gear, and you take off. Now, with the rumble, everything starts moving. You guys inside the truck weren't prepared for it to move, and you kind of fall down inside the truck. But
No, my vodka.
you drop the bottle of vodka. It doesn't break, but it does start to leak out.
No.
In the meantime, you start driving Chip towards the gate. The gate is down. What do you want to do about that?
I'm just gonna drive on through at full speed ahead.
All right. You hear in like the background, the rotund man who is driving the truck's like, "Hey, get back here! What you doing?" And you just
This
charge.
is my truck now.
Oh, come on, man! And now you drive straight through that barricade. It shatters into a million pieces. This is the backyard, or like the back area of a convention center. It's not a bank. And you shatter right through it, and now you are on the on that Hart Road there, on heading north. And as you pull away, you see a smoking crater develop or in like that area. There are news vans that are pulling up. There are there are ambulances. There are fire trucks pulling up. There are a lot of confused people who are now scrambling out of the convention center, and no one seems to notice a single semi truck rolling out of the back.
Andre, my friend, you really did. What do I say? Yeah, Andre, you were in there for a very long time, yes? You at least leave courtesy flush.
Of course, I'm not an animal.
Duh.
Boris, did we actually beat Moose and Squirrel?
Who's Moose and Squirrel?
I can't believe it.
I can't believe he's forgotten. After all these years, he's forgotten.
All right, let's pop open that case while we're going down the road. See what spoils we got.
For the sake of this, I'll presume there's like a little hatch between the driver's cabin and the storage for some reason, so you can talk to each other.
Hey, let's see if this be the booty we came for. And I pop open the suitcase.
You crack it open and it explodes. No, I'm just kidding. Gotta do trap checks, man. No, you open it up, and sure enough, there is a jar of just like inky blackness inside of it. It is just pure black. It looks like a jar of just straight up ink.
He's okay. I have had the blue honey today. The black flavor might be just fine as well.
Natalia tries it, and first off, it's not quite honey. You're not quite sure what it's supposed to taste like, but number one, you want more of it. You definitely want some more because you need to find out what happens there. And you actually notice, not you, Natalia, because you're still focusing on the flavor. Boris notices because he knows Natalia so well. Her floating about an inch off the ground.
Natalia, your feet, they are not on ground. You're going to sky. What's going on?
I don't know. I love this so much. I cannot stop eating.
And so she goes for another clawful.
Oh.
I also eat a bunch.
All right, so all of you start to gorge yourselves on some honey, on the pure Manuka extract in the back. Presumably everybody gets a little bit. You have some like 0G time inside of the back of this trailer. And as you kind of ride off into the sunset towards presumably where you'll meet Harold if he even exists, it seems that Hipster donated $10 with one last bit of wisdom for us today.
Sometimes the object of the journey is not the end, but the journey itself.
Aww. And you would have that moment where all of you kind of jump in the air and go, yeah! But you are all floating in the air and you can't get down anymore.
We just keep going higher.
Yeah. Like fizzy lifting drinks, so you're kind of concerned. But you succeeded. You managed to get the jar. You got out of there. One could say stealthily. One could say disastrously, but you managed to pull it off. And
It's fine.
yeah. Redsim19 donated $10 saying, I thought this was going to be a heist story, not domestic bearerism.
Diplomatic immunity.
All right, with that, we are officially out of time, guys. But you have succeeded in cracking my little honey heist here. You have gotten the big old prize. You ate probably about $3 million worth already. But you know what? You had fun. You had you got some good prizes, and you blew up a convention center, probably injuring dozens. All
Put it in that for a reason. It was
All thanks to your donations to Direct Relief.
Yeah.
Direct Relief is on their way,
happen
hopefully,
without 'em.
to help out with that explosion, too.
Oh, no.
Direct Relief does not condone acts of terrorism.
All right. Well, with that, guys, thank you so much. I love doing things like this, and I appreciate you guys so much for tagging along on this and just committing to the bit. It's always fun. Names on the screen here, guys. If you want to follow any of our fine bears here on Twitter or anything else like that, be sure to check them out. I am out of my time, unfortunately, so I do have to finish up here. But thank you guys so much for working with us today and having fun times with this. We've got ourselves, let's see here, after the Honey Heist, there is some time with Big John playing some game shows. So stick around with that. We'll be swapping to him very, very soon here. Keep donating by going to donate.zeldathon.net. Make sure you keep donating Direct Relief. It's a fantastic organization, and I hope to see you guys in chat later on. There's going to be several more days of side quests, so keep up with it. And featuring a bunch of these fine faces here, so be sure to check them out as you go along. And with that, thank you guys once again. Stick around. More side quests on the way.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in and watching Zeldathon Side Quest. So if you're just joining us, or you tuned in recently and you're wondering what the heck's going on, you're probably watching a really cool video game streamed by someone amazing. I couldn't tell you who specifically as I'm recording this in advance, but honestly, all of the marathon is cool. Check out as much of it as you can. While you're at it, smash that donate button, as we're currently fundraising for Direct Relief, which is a super cool charity that operates internationally, as they're currently bringing COVID relief to over 80 countries and all 50 states, of course, as well. Direct Relief is focusing on the areas that really need COVID relief the most right now and just doing everything that they can to help manage that and make sure clinics are well stocked and supplied. 100% of your donation through Zeldathon goes to Direct Relief, and you'll also be emailed a receipt, see that it all goes to them. Just fundraising for an amazing cause, and I really encourage you to donate. If you can't donate, but you still want to help out and spread the word, remember to host the stream, tell someone else to donate, maybe share some social media posts. You can check us out on our Twitter, which is at Zeldathons, Zeldathon with an S, and also stay in touch and check out what we're doing on Instagram as well. Our Instagram handle is at Zeldathon, no S on that one. Also, what you should do is you should hop into our Discord server, just hang out with us all the time. There's a bunch of cool people talking about a bunch of zany things, sometimes Zelda lore theories, any sort of games at all. Mostly we're there just to hang out and have fun, have a good time, but there's always something going on, and we'll give you information between marathons just to make sure you still are in the know about what we're up to. If you're looking for more stuff to watch, Zeldathon related between marathons, you should head on over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Zeldathon, where we're uploading something every week, whether it's archived behind the scenes videos or if it's random zany B-roll stuff. You never know. We're always up to a bunch of stuff there. We'll share our skits there, VODs of the games, all sorts of stuff. So check it out. Also, you absolutely should check out zeldathon.net/store, where we have 3 amazing shirts where proceeds will be donated to Direct Relief. Our first shirt that hopefully you're looking at right now, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but it's made by Tsunami Ko Ryan, and it is called Delfino Doze. There's also a shirt made by Artsy Rosie titled Not Again, and another shirt by Atsuku Natsu titled Tranquil Winds. Thank you all for these amazing shirts, and thank you to the Yeti too for just hopping on board, getting these made for us, and sending them out to all of you afterwards. And if you're buying one, absolutely thank you for supporting Direct Relief. Reminder again, if you can hear this, you should click donate now, and in your donation message, tell me what shirt is your favorite in your donation message. It'll be a fun game. All right. Later, gamers.